As it is written, the kingdom is within us. Come together and discuss the issues within the kingdom. Speak your peace. Speak the truth. For the kingdom is at hand. Kingdom Conversations.
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings to the whole house, to the northern and the southern kingdom, aka the kingdom of the Israelites. Put a one up if you said that to yourself in the mirror this week or even last week. Every time you wake up in the morning, you should look into you, sir. You, ma'am, should look in the mirror and say, I am a member of the kingdom of the Israelites. Well, Brother C, what makes you a member of the kingdom of the Israelites? Well, I'm related to those people in the book by blood. Same blood that was in me, that's in me right now. Same blood that's in everybody in the chat. Same blood that was in Mashiach. Same blood in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The apple of the Father's eye. That same blood is running through your veins right now. Contrary to replacement theology from the white evangelicals, because that's where Christianity came from. Christianity came from white Christianity, came from Rome, came from the bastard religion that they created. So now you should be thankful that you're part of the family. Father, we lift your name up and we praise you and we thank you. We thank you for what you say in the book. Somehow they go get that precept that you would yet choose Israel. Now you folks see what's going on this earth right now. What the Father said in his book cannot be denied. None of the prophecies. We got the more sure word of prophecy. Father, we thank you for the more sure word of prophecy. We ask that whatever it is that you got for the people, that they be able to get it and receive it daily. Not just when they listen to KC, not just when they listen to my brother Ibri, or my brother Yash, my brother Banya, my brother Hal, my brother Eliashah, my brother Kadar, that everywhere that they go be a testament, and that you put people in front of them that witness to them and give them your truth and confirm your truth, Father, because your truth is the book. Your truth is Mashiach, which you sent for first fruits. And we thank you for sending first fruits, Father. We thank you. We thank you for sending that sacrifice. Father, you knew we was going to be speaking English, and yet the book is in English now. We discontinue from our heritage, don't know a lick of Hebrew. You think you speaking Hebrew now? Okay, cool. That's good. I'm not mad at you. Father, make sure that we can see the book in English. Thank you for that, Father. Thank you for having the book rewritten in the language that the apple of your eye mostly speak now on the earth. We thank you for sending first fruits. We thank you for that, Father. We thank you and praise your name for sending the sacrifice for Israel. Put the precept up, and you tell and be a testament. Chat room will be a testament today of what the Father says in his word. Put that precept up of Mashiach, who Mashiach said he came for. Mashiach told you in his words who he's coming for. He didn't say he was coming for the Roman Catholics, which all of Christianity is, and Islam is offshoots of Roman Catholicism. He didn't say he came for that. Y'all put that precept up. So Mashiach, we thank you for coming and doing the work that the Father gave you. And we also thank you for sending the Ruach HaKodesh so that we can get some understanding here today on this earth, and so that we can know what to be saying at this time and how to say it. Because I say, like I said, every time I come on. Every time I come on, I tell y'all what it is. Ain't nobody on the earth telling the truth about what's happening today except for the Israelites, nobody else. Why? Because he ain't gave it to nobody else. Y'all go get that precept somewhere. I know he says somewhere he ain't dealing with no other nations. So if he ain't dealing with no other nation, who you going to get truth from then? Father, we thank you for the Ruach. We ask that the Ruach be present here today so that your people, not just the people in the chat, my sisters and brothers in the chat, not just my sisters and brothers in the panel can hear truth, so that your people worldwide can hear truth, and your people that's stuck in Christianity can hear the truth through the Ruach, and they can come out of that mess. Put a one up if you know that Christianity is a broad gate and it's mess. And while y'all putting them ones up, I'm going to greet my brothers on the panel. Shalom to you, Ibri. How you doing, bro? What's good?
Hey, shalom, brother Cleo. Want to thank you for having me on, man. Want to give our praises, honor, and glory to our Heavenly Father, to His Son, and to His Holy Spirit. And I want to say shalom to my brother Yash. Hope you're doing well. Hope they ain't working too hard today. And shalom and blessings to all my brothers in the chat, my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites. And you already know what belongs to you. Shalom.
Amen. Every time you say that, I get chills. He said, my kinsman, according to what? According to the flesh. That's the same thing Mashiach was saying. Mashiach wasn't saying nothing different. We say the same thing that Mashiach was saying. And we ain't running from him. We ain't moving off of that. I seen the last show that y'all was doing, and I was watching. I didn't even say that. I watched the whole show in the background. I had somebody named Samuel coming on talking about Mashiach as a comic book character. No, nigga, you a comic book character.
Amen. Straight out of a comic book.
Coming and clowning and think, and I'm like, okay, don't ban the brother. Let his words be a testimony and a testament against him, because when he see Mashiach, he gonna pee on himself. Point blank. Brother Yash, hey, how you doing, brother? What say you? How you doing today, bro?
Shalom, shalom, brother. Shalom, brother E. Shalom, family out there in the chat. I want to thank you first and foremost for that powerful prayer that you brung this out with in the beginning, man. We need to do that more often. I'm just so thankful to be here tonight. I caught the brothers earlier on the end, brother E and brother Kadar, and brother E.T. Eric Tinsley. They was going in. They was going in earlier today. But I expect even more of the same. I think there's an echo with this one. Hope I sound good. Yeah, I expect even more of the same or even better tonight, that the Most High will reveal some things and open up blind eyes, because it's not just our family listening, but we got those we have secret admirers in the house. So all the secret admirers who's gonna show up later, because we got some in here. Like this video and share it, and stop sharing these revelations in your churches as if you just came up with them.
They're a thief and a robber, huh?
That's right. Keep it honest and confess that we are the children of the Most High.
That's right.
And just do what the Scripture says. It says the Gentiles should come to thy light. You know what I mean? Just humble yourselves. Get up under our protection, because the Most High when he comes for us,
You will
I
be
don't know.
safe.
You don't want your face to be pained before him. But I feel sad because I know that it's the case, that they're hoping against hope, but I'm sorry, you don't have a hope. Mashiach came for us, and we're thankful and we're grateful because we did not deserve it, but we did deserve every bit of this captivity.
Yes, sir.
Shalom.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All praise to the Father. I'm gonna say something different. We don't praise him enough. Well, I'm putting it on me, brother Cleo. You don't praise him enough. Let's give the Father a hand clap right now. Give the Father a hand clap. Everybody in there, y'all better be praising the Father. You better be thanking him. Give him a hand clap right now because he's worthy of more than that.
Yes, he is.
He's way worthy, and he done been so good to us. We don't even understand how good he done been to us. We have no idea.
Amen.
Father been gracious and mercy, and then too, how our ancestors was arguing. You got them in the book arguing about who gonna be the ones that get to see the time that we seeing right now. Me and Brother E was having a conversation. We gonna jump in that conversation after we hit the panel, and then we gonna get into the business. But I must say, what's up to Gadar? Hey, brother, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
Shalom, shalom. Brother Tierney got me on fire. Me and Brother E was taking it calm. Even I was taking it calm. Lord have mercy. I'd like to say shalom. Brother Tierney was breaking it. I'd like to say shalom to you brothers here on the chat. Shalom to all of y'all out there. In the chat. Shalom to you brothers here, Assault on the Earth. Brother Bayard too, and Elijah. And I'd like to say shalom to the Most High and the Son. And ready getting in, and I look at the topic, Brother Cleo. The topic you got going on goes along with that picture we were showing that Brother Banya and Brother Elijah brought forth last week, I believe, when we was on. I had got off. So that topic, what you talking about, these who been in war with the Israelites, these leaders, and we know what's gonna happen to them at the end.
Yeah, that's really the punchline. I got so much more information, carved up some more information from the last show, and it's like I can't do this topic justice. I need my sportsmen to be with me because man, it's so we've been so blind all of this time. It's scary, man. It's scary that you know what the Father had to been with us because. And I'm gonna get into it later. I'm gonna go ahead and greet the family, but right on for being here, bro. Peace and blessings to you. I'm glad to see you. Glad to see all my brothers in the chat. Peace and blessings to all the brothers that are here in the chat and the brothers that's not here. My good brother Hal, my good brother Banya, and my good brother Elisha, and my other brother Raphael, and everybody else who is in the chat. Because everybody in the chat, y'all could have been somewhere else. Y'all could have been. Let's see. Today is Wednesday. The Ravens not playing. We know Kadar love the Ravens. They not playing today.
Oh no, I'm still a fan, man.
I thought you was a Raven fan, bro.
You cursing me over here.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I got my hands up like I done stole something, like the Constant Seven. Put your hands up. I got my hands up. My bad, bro. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that to you. I'm not trying to do that to you. But yeah, you fam, you could have been anywhere. You could have been watching some sports. Baseball's still kicking off. You could have been somewhere eating. You could be relaxing, putting your feet up after a long day of work. But you decided to join us, and it's an honor and a privilege to be on with you. Trust and believe that. We do not take this lightly coming on with you, and we do understand that when we do come on, that we are held as Israelite men and women. We are held to a higher standard on the earth. And that doesn't mean that we're supposed to kowtow and be subservient to the heathen or anybody else. No, it just means that whatever the books say, that's what we got to go by. See, the book is our go by, just like the book is everybody in chat go by. So we thank you for joining in and rocking out with us. So I'm going to start from the top like I always do. We're going to work it all the way down. We're going to touch on everybody. Shalom to Brother Jason Calfour. Peace and blessings to you, brother. It's good seeing you. Between you and Darnell Blackshear, Darnell, peace and blessings to you. Y'all be like the first ones every time. And that's a blessing to have such faithful brothers jumping on. Peace and blessings to you, both of you brothers. Hope you're well. Sister Michelle Y, peace and blessings, sis. Hope you are well. Hope the Father's keeping you and blessing you. My sister Maria Yakida, peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well with you. Hope your sister somewhere is down here as well. Hope you have been well. Hope the Father's giving you more precepts and more information so that you could share with the family. My brother JPM, good brother JPM, all my brothers and sisters. If I don't call you good brother or sister, that don't mean that you're not a good brother or sister, because according to the book, you are all salt and light. Where you get your salt from LSC. Where you get your light from? Mashiach. I can interchange those two. Where you get your salt from? Mashiach. Where you get your light from? LSC. Because LSC is Mashiach. They're the same thing. Anytime you hear somebody quoting a Bible verse or looking at a Bible verse, they looking at Mashiach. Isaiah 51:14. Let's read that. The captive exile hasten that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. That's us today. That's us today. If you LSC, the Father's not, somebody go get the precept where it say somebody begging for bread, but it ain't me. I'm going to tell you that right now. You think the whole earth is going to hell in a handbasket. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Me and Ebri was having a conversation. What you say that verse that you said, that phrase that you said to me, the Father is showing what?
Say he's showing up and he's showing out big time.
Y'all see,
up and showing out big time.
Yes, sir. And see, and it's not like the brothers that salt of the earth is anything special or nothing like that. We regular brothers, just like everybody on all the Israelites. I'm gonna say it this way. We just like all the other Israelite channels, all the other Israelites on the earth. But I could tell you this right now: you could go and look at the videos, and you could date mark them and timestamp them, and then a year later, 6 months later, 3 months later, 2 months later, a week later, what them brothers was saying is so. Now, is that by happenstance or is that by chance? Christianity can't do that. Christianity's still waiting for the rapture. White evangelicals done sold you a bill of goods that they crafted in the late 1800s. By some demon. Crafted that foolishness up, packaged it up, and made tons of money off you Israelites. Liquid money, treating you like liquid money. They made all kind of money off of you. Talk about you left behind. Yeah, you left. Yo behind left, all right. Say we gonna keep it moving. Brother Josiah Ben Yehuda, peace and blessings. Shalom, brother. Hope all is well with you. Brother Joe Scott, peace and blessings to you. Shalom. My good brother Rio Morgan. Shalom, fam. Peace and blessings, brother. Hope you are well. Hope the Father's been keeping you. My good brother E.T., what's going on, man? Hope all is well with you. Shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope the Father's been keeping you. My good sister Omaya Yakida. There she go. That's Mary Ya's sister. Two female swordsmen that'll chop your head off with the book. Christian, I tell you right now, if you pick between my sisters in the chat and you pick any pastor on the globe, and you talk about you could either debate or you could go precept for precept, sisters win every time. Next, my good brother Tyrone P. Peace and blessings to you, brother. Hope all is well with you. Hope the Father is keeping you and treating you beyond your imagination. The Torah group, Shalom, fam. Torah group, another great group of Israelite brothers that's putting in work. Putting in that work, talking about the book. What's the work? What's the good news? The good news is LSC. That's the good news. That's the gospel. The gospel is LSC. Brother C, what you talking about? The gospel is Mashiach. That's what I just said, right? I ain't said nothing different. Mashiach came to redeem his people. That's the good news. Mashiach is the word. That's the good news. That's the good news. He came back for his people. He didn't come back for no Episcopalians. He didn't come back. He didn't come back for no talk. Nobody talk about do as thou will. You a liar and you lying on him. He ain't coming back for you. You talk about you doing Christmas bunny rabbits and Easter trees and Christmas eggs and Halloween eggs. He come back for none of your filth and foolishness. Michael Yasharov, shalom, brother. Peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Albany, Georgia, hey. Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Jacob, Israel. Peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings. Hope you are well. I'm seeing all these ones that I put up on what I called earlier. Let's see what my brother Rio said. My brother Rio said UBTV has an excellent series on the Boule. Don't agree with all of his teachings, but that Boule series is excellent. Khan, and it's a lot of brothers that ancestor Stephen Copley is par excellence as far as people putting in work, because the brother was putting in work a long time. But you're right about that, man. It's a lot of brothers in the Boule. Actually, the screen that y'all got is not going. We're not even going to touch the Boule. I did a switcheroo on y'all. Last week we talked about the Boule, but we'll get into that. My sister Notorious Hebrew, peace and blessings, sis. Hope you are well. Hope all is well with you today. I'm scrolling down. I'm looking for new shaloms and people that shalom. I'm going to read this precept by JPM. JPM, Isaiah 14:1. For the Father will have mercy on Jacob. Father will have mercy on who? Father will have mercy on Jacob. And he sent LSC to save Jacob. He said he had mercy on Jacob. Well, what did he do? Well, he sent LSC to have mercy on Jacob. What's LSC? Brother C, you confuse me. LSC is Mashiach. He sent Mashiach. He said he going to have mercy on Jacob. He going to yet choose Israel. Or who he going to use to do it with? He going to use some magic trick? No, he sent his son. He sent first fruits, the only begotten. Read the rest of the verse, brother C. Yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Somebody better be sitting down and listening to these Israelites. Well, I know y'all listening. I know y'all listening to the Israelites, and you should. If you pick up the book and you read what the book say, then you should be listening to the Israelites. Point blank. That's who you should be listening to. You shouldn't be listening to nobody else. Shalom, Sister Sarita. Hope you are well. Hope all is well with you. Who else you gonna listen to? You gonna listen to the white evangelicals tell you something? You gonna listen to the Asian evangelicals tell you something? Folks, who you listening to? The Father done gave you a formula and a point back to LSC, and it never pointed to nothing else. Somebody get that precept. Somebody gonna stand before him, and he gonna say, "Depart from me, you worker of iniquity. I never knew you." Who is he talking about? He telling somebody. That's a cold phrase right there. Mashiach wasn't playing. Depart. I didn't know y'all. I didn't get down with y'all. Y'all wasn't chosen. Get up out of here with that. We didn't pick you. He didn't pick you. You better be cleaving. And cleave it to like it's your only hope. Don't cleave to Kirk Cameron and them in the rapture. That's not it. What's it today in the year 2022, the fake year 2022, is the kingdom of the Israelites. Shalom, unorthodox daughters. Peace and blessings, sis. Hope you are well. Shibiya. Peace and blessings, sis. Hope you are well. Mr. The Original School, greetings, brother. Hope you are well. Hope the Father's been keeping and blessing you beyond your understanding. Let me see if I got everybody. This sister caught us on time this one. Good shot, sis. Way to go. Sister Coleman. Sister Coleman ain't been saved, ain't never been saved, never will be saved. But she caught us live, though. That's good. Way to go, sis. Good seeing you. Peace and blessings to you. think I got everybody. I'm scrolling down. Y'all forgive me, fam. Taking my time, but I must greet the family. And it's important to acknowledge the family because Salt of the Earth is not just a platform where, we could be watching football. Kansas City, Houston. That's right, brother. Salt of the Earth, y'all know what it is here. If y'all want to jump on, we drop the link all the time. Y'all could jump on and say, speak your piece, male or female. And if you come with a different perspective, you come with a different perspective. Just be respectful. Unlike that person last week, I saw him. I didn't say nothing. Y'all didn't even know. Y'all didn't even know I was watching. Sitting back watching, just watching all guns. Look at this dude named Simon. He just acting a monkey fool. Let his words be a testimony against him this day. Shalom, Mr. Thorpe 69. How you doing, brother? Peace and blessings to you. SOY, shalom. If I missed you, SOY, peace and blessings to you, brother. Hope all is well. Linda Siggers Bay, so grateful to be an awakened Israelite. That's right, sis. Peace and blessings to you. And it's so awesome that the Father did choose us. But you know what's awesome though is that His word is coming to life now. His word is coming to life, and He's doing so much on the earth right now. It's beyond my recognition. Up next, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Stay on Fire Ministry, peace and blessings to you. Hope you are doing well. Brother Yash need to get saved. Peace and blessings to him. Albany, Georgia. I think we got you. I think we got old Sharon. Oh, peace and blessings to you. Hey, and fam, if I miss you, just say the old head need to get saved. He missed me. He didn't miss me on purpose. I'm scrolling through, trying to get through everybody and make sure that I lift everybody up because, like I always say, this is our house. This is your house, and this is how, quite frankly, this is how the kingdom is going to be to a certain degree. In my opinion, this is my opinion, to whereas you're going to have somewhat of a say, but it's got to line up with the book. If you're going to say anything, if you have anything to say, whatever you say and whatever you're doing should line up with the book. It shouldn't be no second guessing. It shouldn't be no, no. Either you with the book or you not. Point blank. If you're saying Mashiach, if you're saying, first of all, the Old Testament is done away with, but Mashiach come in the full volume of the book. You just took Mashiach and cut his body in half, and now he a torso with two legs. How's that work? So, fam, we're about to get into the topic, but before I get into the topic, I do want to circle the wagons and go back and in the background, we'll be having these discussions. And one of the discussions that me and E was having before we came on was time. And brother E, you can come off mute and explain your position. But what I was saying to the brother was, I was saying that time has sped up. What used to be a 24-hour period, it does the clock thing like it's 24 hours, fam. But by gosh, and it's not because I'm getting old, it's just because of the fact that the Father is doing something right now. Brother E, please, and brothers in the panel, y'all can speak y'all piece on it before we get into the topic. What y'all think about time?
You know, what I was thinking about when you first mentioned that, when we were talking about it, I thought about how the things that we seeing now, the times that we're in now, these are the things that the Most High said in the word that he was looking forward to. So he's speeding up the time because he himself has work to do. These judgments are the Most High himself letting the world know who he is and letting his people know who he is, just like in ancient Egypt. So this is one of those things that have to happen. So when you're talking about the time speeding up, I agree with you 100%. And I think it's for that purpose, you know, and we were talking about this and I mentioned how, you know, it's no big thing that the Most High is doing what he's doing, you know. And if it seemed like the time is speeding up, remember, according to scripture, the Most High rewinded the time back, you know. he showed that he could take the time back and then bring it back. So we're dealing with a sovereign Elohim that is subject to no one. All things are subject to him. And this is the time that the Most High has been waiting for. And this is the time that our forefathers spoke of. This is a big time. That's all I got on that.
And that was profound, bro. I really appreciate that. And that's what I wanted to find out. What did I tell you? I say, when we come on, I want you to say exactly that. Because the fam need to hear it. I'm not just imagining this. Yash, Kadar, y'all got something to add to that before we jump into it?
Nah, that was powerful. That's all I gotta say. That was heavy.
Man. The sister put a precept up after I agreed. You love Yah. Shalom. Salama says, hope all is well with you. Let's put this precept up. Read this precept. Brother Yash, can you read this precept for me, please, bro?
And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Wait a minute now. Okay, so hold on a second, Brother E. You just said Matthew 24:22. He said he gonna shorten the days, but then he also say who he gonna shorten them for? Should it say he shortened them for the Catholics? He shortened them for Christianity? No, he shortened them for Islam. Maybe, let me see. Maybe he's shortened them for those do as thou will, those people. Surely he didn't do that for the Israelites. There's no way he did that for Israel. He's talking when you see the elect, he not talking about you, Israel. He talking about the zigzag man in them. Them people that follow that religion, that false religion. So he telling you right there what it is. Out there, right there plain. Thanks, sis. And like I said before, the sisters will get at you with the precepts. Now I know my men just by default, the men that come here, they automatic. The sisters is automatic too. You can't play with neither one. Matter of fact, why you think I keep saying the only people that's bringing the truth on the earth is the Israelites? Where else you gonna get it from? Hey, have you ever heard anything Ibri said by a white evangelical breakdown like that? You could search the internet. You could get into your Google database tracker and Google, and Google got access to all the databases on the earth. Trust and believe that. See if any of these white evangelicals said anything close to what Ibri's saying. They still telling you, they still fighting between post, mid, and pre-mid and post three-way tribulation rapture. And they can't even get that right. The Israelites will say, this is what the book say. And guess what it will be? It will be what the book says. And I didn't promise y'all I wasn't going to be yelling today either. So don't call me no liar. I didn't say that today. Habakkuk 2:3-3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry. In other words, the Father has been taking his time. The Father outside of time. He didn't create time for himself. He created time. So how's he even concerned with time? That's not a concern of his. He's not encumbered by time, nor is he held by the time-space continuum, because that was for our benefit. Wait for it. Wait for him. Because whatever he does, it will surely come. It will not tarry. So y'all still waiting. Y'all still holding out for the hope that he going to rescue us up out of this plight that we in. Read this precept to yourself before you go to bed. Read this precept to yourself when you wake up in the morning. You will surely know. Y'all gonna see great and miraculous things. Y'all gonna see the cheat codes. You gonna see them. I'm not just saying that just to be saying that. I don't get paid to say nothing. I'm not on nobody's payroll. I'm not getting tithes and offerings. I'm not asking you for tithes and offerings. I'm not looking for no popularity contest. We don't play that game here. It's just the book and the book and nothing but the book. So help you book. Now we're going to get into this topic. Now, last week, what did we do? We went in a little bit on we've been talking about the leaders and some of the co-conspirators, and quite frankly, we didn't do the Boule justice enough. Because when you're at war, the family eloquently in the chat put it down. I must say this. Y'all go back, if you haven't gone back and looked at that video, you look at the precepts that was put up, you look at the comments that were put up. Nobody can touch Israel on the earth right now. Sorry. You can't do it. Can't be done. So last like I was saying before I interrupted myself, we talked about the Boule. We talked about enemy combatants. We talked about the components of war. And we talked a little bit about the gatekeepers, and the Boule are the gatekeepers, obviously. We touched on them. But you'll notice the graphic that I used. I used the first graphic. I used a bunch of pale faces, and I used a bunch of those wicked entity, which somebody asked the question on the last show y'all did. And I'm going to paraphrase, where you think white people came from. And my brother Hal, I was like, I should say something, but I'm going to sit tight. I'm not going to say that. I'm with the brother Hal. I know that they eat them, but if somebody said somebody dropped them off after they dropped off something else, they just dropped them here, or they was made by some mad scientist or whatever, I will believe it. Because how they operate. And I can find them precept on precept, line upon line. But quite frankly, how they operate on this earth is exactly how the books say they operate. And they're even worse than that. And when I'm talking about I'm talking about the controlling faction that's ruling the earth right now. I'm not talking about those in second place. I'm not talking about those that's kissing their tail, or those that want to be like them, or people like Candace Owens, Jesse Lee Peterson, Officer Tatum, that other brother that wore the glasses. I saw his face today, and I don't hate the family like that. I actually feel sorry for them, because they would be the first ones that would say, "No, I want to stay here with you all," even though they know that they pandering to the heathen and that they doing the heathen's bidding, but they making money off the heathen. So they're like, "Oh, I got my shtick. The more I do my shtick, I feel warm and tingly inside. And because I'm feeling warm and tingly inside, this must be the right thing to do." Well, hell, you can get that from eating good food. Good food, some good food make you feel like, "Oh yeah, man, that food was so bomb. I can't wait to get with it." Yeah. You eat at a fine restaurant. You look forward to you and your significant other going to a fine dining restaurant. Y'all be like, "Yeah, I can't wait till I feel good about going there." You feel all warm and tingly inside, just like when the pastor used to do the beats per minute on you so he can get that tithe up out of you. Hypnotizing you, talking about, "Oh yeah, you do your 10% to me, so I go out and buy some jets." Huh? So let's get into this. So now y'all saw the switcheroo that I did to you. This time we had the image of the Boule families and the people in the Boule, and we might circle the wagons and do something else on them. And I heard from somebody that's what we should do. And so we'll circle the wagons on them and do it. And I don't even know if we're going to get through all the information that we got today, but we got some good information lined up. So because today we're talking about war, and I'm going to kind of frame this a little bit by saying war has been declared on us. War has always been declared on us. Put a one up if you know that to be true. War has been declared on you, and you didn't even know you was fighting. Put a one up. I need to see everybody put ones up. Matter of fact, I need to lead by example. I need to put a one up. If you know that you've been in a war that your parents didn't tell you about. Your parents forgot to tell you when you came out the womb, and as they've been teaching you growing up, when you going to kindergarten, nobody told you was in a war. Nobody told our answer. Harriet Tubman, do you think Nat Turner knew he was in a war? What about Harriet Tubman? You've been in what I would call you've been declared an enemy combatant. And war has been declared on you. And yet you didn't even know. You didn't even know you were in a war. Ain't that cold? All praise to the Father, though, because he done opened our eyes to let us see that, yes. Somebody go get that precept where Daniel say, seal up the book till time of the end. One of my favorites. He say somewhere in the book, knowledge would increase. The knowledge that you are Israelite. The knowledge that you are at war. The knowledge that Christianity been lying to you all this time and that you're supposed to be LSC because you are Israelite. Mashiach ain't came back for no everybody. That's not the book. You're a liar, sir. Ma'am or sir or ma'am, I don't care if you look like me. I don't care if you look like Kadar, Brother E, Yash, Mariachi Yakita, Lynn, or Jason Camp Ford. If you're telling me he came from somebody else, for somebody else, you, sir, you, ma'am, are a liar. Hey, Joy, how you doing, sis? Peace and blessings to you. Good to see you. Tell my brother, Pastor Kelly, we said what's up over here. Love Pastor Kelly. So since we've been at war been declared on you by a specific country. I'm singling out one country right now. You've been living in a country now, we'll say at least 1619, probably been before that, but 1619 was when this country made a pact. It's called the Mayflower Compact. So you've been at war, but nobody told you. Nobody told you that you was at war. The Father finally told you, finally let up off you and start feeding you information. You the Israelites. Okay, cool. I'm an Israelite. Okay, so now what's next? What should I be doing next? Okay, start reaching your people. Okay, start gathering. Okay, start building. Okay, dry bones come together. Okay, use battle axe. Okay, you doing all those things, Israel? Hope so. So now we're gonna look at yeah, that's right. You behind enemy lines. Yep, you behind enemy lines. That's right. You the United Snakes. That's right. That's right. But before I even jump into the meat, because I got so much information. Some information, I guarantee y'all, I don't know if we thought about it this way, but we need to be looking at it this way. Okay, so if you look at you're being at war with a nation that has declared a silent war on you. Silent war has been declared on you and you didn't know it. Okay, we got that. Okay, so from a societal perspective, since you're in the society, let's name the major components and mind you, I done forgot civics and I done forgot social classes and all of that stuff. So please forgive me if I miss some. Y'all can fill in the gaps for me because we're having a conversation, right? So I'm going to mention some of the components of a nation, but I want you all to think of them from a war perspective. So there's social. These are different constructs within a construct. So there's social fabric and construct, the economic side of things, the political and politics of things. And within the political and politics, a side adjunct is the judicial side of that. And then the side adjunct to that is the civil portion of that. But then wrapped in all of that, you have to put over the top or to the side or a dotted line, the religious component. And then another component that I listed was the military component. Another component my sister listed was the educational system. So, fam, I want you to think about some of the components and put them in the chat. Because this is a conversation. You converse with me, I will definitely put it up. Y'all know how I rock out. Matter of fact, not only will I put it up, I'll do even one better. Most fam won't do you this. Most fam won't say, hey, you know what? You could come in and hit the link and speak your piece because this is your house. The salt of the earth. Salt of the earth is another acronym for the book people. prison system. That's a good one, bro. That's why I rock out with the Israelites. You best believe I'm not gonna listen to no TD Snakes talking about the book when I can sit down and sit my monkey behind down and turn on the Israelite channels. I sat down and listened to the last show the brothers did. Brothers didn't even know I was even on. Watched the whole show. Sitting back just watching, listening, observing, learning. Yup. Media propaganda. Medical information. Big one. Hey, somebody put that precept on in Daniel. I saw it. You say, I think Notorious put it up. I should have started Notorious. My bad. He said, sell up the book till the time of the year. But he said, what the time of the end is one thing. And this is how this is the more sure word of prophecy at work. He'd have told you the time of the end on one side, and what he tell you on the other side. Knowledge would increase. Now, if knowledge increased, what have you learned? When did you learn it and why? What have you learned? When did you learn it and why? What good is it doing you if you didn't learn something? You putting it into practice? You putting it into action? You using it to build something? The food has been weaponized against you, the water, the air, social conditioning, economic disadvantage, judicial legislation, slow in making system. Yeah, slow for when something applies to you when it's for your good, as in never, right? Mind you, we're talking about war within a construct. And the fam gets it. Fam totally gets it. This is the original school. I must read this precept down 826. And the vision of the evening and the morning, which was told, is true. Wherefore shut thou up the vision, for it shall be for many days. What many days was he talking about, Mr. The Original School? He was talking about you in the many days that passed between the time that was written to you, Mr. Original School, being on the earth right now. You can't play around with the book because you got the more sure word of prophecy. So much prophecy being fulfilled now, you need a scorecard to keep track, and you ain't even got enough scorecards. You can't do it. Pharmaceutical industry, musical entertainment, that's right, daily dedication. The entertainment industry has been weaponized against you because that's the bits and crumbs that they do give the Boule. They're not going to share it with you. The talented 10th, the elite, the black, so-called black elite, they're not sharing nothing with you. My man Cavity Creepers in the house. Hey, shalom, brother. Peace and blessings to you. Hope you're well. It's good to see the family today. It's good to see the family today. Y'all know we don't do this for no views, for no clicks and no likes. We on here to fellowship with the family. Book say, gather thyself together, O nation, not desire. Predictive programming. Picking our leaders for us and picking our leaders for us and entertainers. That's right. Brother, he say the entertainment industry is wicked as hell. The Israelites need to take that over and set it in order. The whole thing needs to get towed down. And the only thing that should happen once it get towed down is the Israelites be responsible for putting out information and what you call entertainment, compliance, and obedience. Shalom. My too much for you. Shalom. So the family get it. Y'all done went above and beyond my expectations when I asked this question. Y'all really have. I'm proud of y'all. I'm above proud of y'all. That's a big one right there, bro. That's a big one right there. All the ones that y'all done name is big. I'm telling you, that's why I'm putting them up. This is a great conversation. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you what right now, fam. Y'all getting stronger and harder and stronger with each show because of the fact that okay, so here we go and see this is what we're going to do. We're gonna show you, bro, and then you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put you in timeout because if you don't agree with us and you don't rock out with us, we put you up, we put your thing up, and now you block, Samuel. Have a good time, Samuel. Samuel, if you want to do something, you could go to a place where people agree with you. And I'm not normally one that will block people, but we don't have time to tell for somebody telling us that Mashiach is not who he said he was. So I'll see you later, Samuel. And don't come back. Clothing. So they don't so now you see the different methodologies of weaponization against you. This whole construct has been weaponized and everything in it has been weaponized against you. And the crazy thing about it is the leaders have been complicit on all sides, not only our sides, but their sides as well. And I can tell you right now, nobody here will be a traitor. Yeah, I don't have time for you, Samuel, because there's no reason for you to be here. If you don't believe that Mashiach who he said he was, then why are you here? There's no reason for you to be here, bro. And it's my liberty to say if you could stay or not. And I don't know why you keep coming back. Well, you ain't gonna be able to come back now, though.
Hey,
Shalom to you. Go ahead, bro.
since we putting stuff in the chat that's been weaponized against us, go ahead and put Samuel on the list.
Yes, sir. Put him up there front and center. Front and center. If you got a disagreement with somebody, fine. I don't have no problem with disagreement. I'm the last one. Yeah, and y'all know I'm the last one that would say block somebody because I didn't want him to get blocked last time, and that's why I put his words up because his words is going to be a testament against him. And he must have heard me call it. He must have been sitting back in the background. Oh, they called my name. You feel proud of yourself, bro? Okay. You feel proud of yourself.
He was on the last live. I mean, we get it, bro. You know, we get it. You don't rock the way we rock. Cool. So don't keep coming over here.
Exactly. Why you coming through? Slide through. And like I said, man, y'all didn't see I was listening because I wasn't saying that. A lot of times I'll be watching. I don't even say that. I just watch. I'll watch the chat. I'll watch what the cat's saying. I bite my tongue. I done stop jumping in like the candy man jumping in. Oh, he said they said something that got to me. I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna say something. Nah, I'm letting y'all rock out. Y'all rock out. So y'all came with the count with all of that, and Samuel is definitely one of those who is probably need to go back and get a little bit of etiquette on how to deal with his brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously he's a brother, but at the same time, man, stop. Anyway, Donovan Ben Yehuda, peace and blessings, bro. Good to see you, man. It's good that you are here. Good to have you with us today, bro. Really is. And so let's keep moving forward with the script we got. So, family, here's what I want you to do, because then now we're gonna get into some of the material that I got. But before we do that, I do want to submit to you that as you watch the presentation, as you see the information, I want you to consider everything that was put in the chat and that we should be on a wartime footing. Books say we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against powers, principalities, and rulers. So we got two sets of enemies that's against us. We got the invisible empire of the spiritual enemies that's against us, and we also got the physical ones against us. We're not going to make it all spiritual, and we ain't going to make it all physical. It's both. We're at war with both. Don't get it twisted. Somewhere in the book it say you can find where there's different entities that are over different parts of the earth at different levels. Okay? So that should tell you right there that our war is not just a physical one, but it's an invisible one too. But I want everyone to think as if we should not only be on a wartime footing, but these are the things that happen during war. Everything that you guys have already named, you men and women have named, have to do with war. And someone declaring an invisible war on you that you didn't even know you were in. So I want you to consider that. And then I want you to be able to look at the information and then pick out, okay, that's that component. That's the component that we talked about. Okay, that over there is that other component. You should be able to look at the information and be able to point out the components, not for us, but it's for our Christian brothers and sisters and those who are lost. Because it's not just the Christians that are lost. You got people running around talking about they black atheists. We're spiritual people, but you're a black atheist. Somebody told you that the book was a white man book. They lied to you. That's what they want you to push because it could never be a white man book. It's impossible. The Pharaoh who did not know Joseph probably looked like Kadar or either Yash. And yet Mashiach went down there and hid. And yet Joseph's brothers didn't even know who he was. And he supposedly looked like the zigzag man. Stop it. Stop. Okay, so now I'm gonna start with a question. And this is a question, this is our lead-in question that's gonna really set us up to go where we want to go. Right? Here's the question, fam. And I want you guys to really think about this too. I want you guys shooting off the hip. Here's the question. In any war, when two sides are openly fighting, who does the enemy target? When you have a war and the two sides are fighting, one side or both sides should be targeting what? Who should be the first target in one's mind? And it's been a consistent theme since we've been here. Who is the target when you are fighting? Well, your first target will be obviously to kill the enemy. Okay, so you have to kill the enemy. You've identified the enemy, who the enemy is, then you must kill him, right? So if I'm fighting a war inside, oh, there we go. That's what I'm seeing. I'm sorry. I must put these up. The weak opposition. Females and children, the weak. Weak. Even atheism is a belief. That's right, sure is. The head. The leader. The head. The leader. The head. Who's the head of the black family? Who is the head of the black family then? Black family is supposed to be the head and the leader. Who's the head and the leader of the black family? Fam, I need y'all to tell me. Can I have a conversation with me? I need y'all to tell me who the leader and the head of the family is. Who is that? Who is that should be? When you was growing up, who was the leader of your family? If you grew up in a two-family household, should have been your dad. Kill the head and the boys follow. Your strongest threat. The body. The men are men. Black man. Are men. The man. Black man. Sister Cece, I see that I'm gone. Hopefully I'll be able to get back to that precept. Mostly our women. The woman king. Y'all coming with it today, boy. Y'all not playing. That's why I mess with Israel. Tell you gonna mess with Israel, you gonna sit your monkey behind down and learn something. Hebrew men. So-called black man, the father. Look at these Israelites. Look at these Israelites testing, being a testament against this wicked nation that have been at war with them. Y'all do know that this conversation is a testimony and it's damning against the wicked United States of America. The Israelite man, and y'all absolutely 100% correct. Now, since y'all know the answer, let's get into some of this, right? So, before I throw anything else up, I must ask another question. Well, y'all already answered it, but What is one of the main ways, the main way, and what they use against us in terms of, should I ask that now? Actually, no, I'm not going to answer that. Ask that now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put up, actually, I do need to ask this question. Okay. I'm going to ask this question. This question is pertinent. What is the main tool used against the men of Israel? What's the main tool that they use? Main tool. They use a lot of them, but there's one that they've been using for a very long time, and that's what we're going to get into. And they've been using their leaders to push it. And the main tool that they use is, and you guys are going to come with some answers, but the main tool that they use is the criminal justice system. They've been using the criminal justice system, has been weaponized against us because it's their system. From the jump, they've been creating laws that would hinder us, that would handicap us, that would stop us. It's almost like your favorite football team or sports team, that something always happens to them bad and you don't know why. It's like Gilligan Island in now. Gilligan, if you was into that, Gilligan's Island, they could never get off the island. Or, no, I'll put it even better. Another good show, Good Times. Remember Good Times? Good Times, they were stuck in the ghetto, stuck in the projects. Every time they tried to get out of the projects, what happened? Boom! Set your monkey behind down. You're not getting out the projects. Legal penal system. Yep. So now my question to you, fam, is that how long have they been using that against you? How long have they been using this penal system, this law system against you? You think that's a recent phenomenon? You think it's just because the industrial, what they call that, correctional complex? I'll call it that. You think it's because of that? You think they just started that? Legalism. Yep. Saw that comment, legalism. I missed it. Matthew Howard, legalism. Since slavery. We're going to go with that. We're going to go with that one. We're going to go with since slavery. Bro, how could you say that? I'm about to show you right now. Let me get my link set up. Let me get my link set. And brothers on the panel, y'all know how I get down. If y'all got something to say, y'all jump in and say it, and your brother C will instantaneously go on mute and let y'all have at it. Folks in the chat, if you want to jump on and speak your piece, you know what it is and you know what to do. But I'm trying to get my link lined up so that it lines up right. They got me in a whole nother crazy browser. I don't want to be in this browser. What y'all use? Y'all use Mr. Potato Head as the browser. I like just using Google Chrome. Some of y'all like Firefox. What's that one that they say is hidden? That they say is here, but ain't none of them really hidden. All of them report back to the CIA. You might think your stuff is hidden. Don't fool yourself. You just tricking yourself. Everything getting reported back. Getting reported back to them people. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up my first slide here. Let me see if I can share my screen. Share screen, and we're gonna share this window. And I want to share. I think I'm gonna share that one. Okay, hopefully everybody can see my screen. I'm gonna turn that off. I'm gonna make it just the screen, right? Okay, so hopefully you guys, the fan, can see this. Let me see if I can make it any better for you. So the slave code. So they've been pulling this, criminalizing the Negro from time immemorial. Let's all read what the slave code is. Slave code in U.S. history and any part set of rules based on the concept that enslaved persons were property, not persons, inherent in the institution of slavery, were certain social controls which enslavers amplified with laws. There we go. Using the law system against you, the justice, judicial part of it, legalism, to protect not only the property, but also the property owner from the danger of slave violence. The slave codes were forerunners of the black codes, which we'll get to that later because it came later in the mid 19th century. So, fam, you thinking that they just start jailing you and locking you up en masse just because they don't like you? No. This has been the same playbook that they've been running on you, the same con, the same game that they've been running on you since from time immemorial. Not going to read all this article. All the slave codes, however, had certain provisions in common. In all of them, the color line was firmly drawn, and any amount of African heritage established the race of a person as black with little regard as to whether the person was slave or free. So you could have thought you was free back then, but guess what? Your offspring and you. Where's Deuteronomy say something about that? You won't somebody somewhere in the book say something about your offspring. You not be your eyes will be longing to see them, something like that. I might be making something up. I'm known for making up Bible precepts that is not there, right? Slaves had very few legal rights. You didn't have no rights. In court, their testimony was inadmissible. In any litigation that involved whites. Now, when has that thought process changed? Which is why they feel entitled when they kill you, when they mow you down, when they do any heinous act to you, that why should you be charging them? Emmett Till? Why should these upstanding white Christian men be charged for any heinous act that they've done? When this is how it started out, which is how it always was. I'm going to put the link for this in the chat. Yes, I am. You guys can hit it up because, like I said, I'm not reading it all. Just reuse that to get a frame. So somebody says since slavery. So yes, they've been making up stuff since slavery. For sure. That hasn't changed. I want you guys to also go to the go to the wiki. I'm gonna put that link up too. Go to the wiki, and contrary to popular belief, don't believe no liar telling you Wikipedia ain't good, because Wikipedia will have enough information to blow your mind. Period. Why you say that, brother? See, well, I could go scroll down, and then when I start looking at the notes and looking at the sources, you could click on one of these sources. One of these sources is going to take you down a rabbit hole, and then you'll be able to share with the family. That's really when you guys saw what we did on Red Summer and what we did on some of the other presentations we did, the hope was that some of the family members could take that and then go do some deep dives and deep digs and report back to the family. Contraband. You was contraband in that war between the snakes when they had that war. I'm going to put this in the chat too. You need to go and read this, family. Now, why are you reading this? So you can share it with your other family and so that we can use this to build. Why are we using it to build? They say history repeats itself. Say history repeats itself. And if you are under that impression, and if history repeats itself, then if you see something coming, then you should be able to say, okay, well, I see that coming. I know how to avoid that. I know how to deal with that. Their hatred for you has always been open and insidious. It hasn't never been hidden. At one point it was, and we're going to cover that too. So now let's look at the Black Code. The Black Code, that other article mentioned the Black Code, so we're going to go there, and we're going to put that up, and we're going to read what that was. Every time you thought about bubbling or coming up, guess what they did? Nope. We gonna put them back in their place. You uppity nigger, you need to get put in your place, god damn it. Nigger, what are you doing in this restaurant? You don't belong here. This is whites only. So what was the Black Code? What was it? You had the slave code. Now you don't went from the slave code. Now y'all getting ready to get free. Okay. How are we going to keep them in check? How are we going to keep them as liquid money so we can continue to make money off their ideas? Cotton gin. We can make money off their ideas and make money off of them. The black codes. In U.S. history, any of numerous laws enacted in the states of the former Confederacy after the American Civil War and intended to ensure the continuance of what? Black supremacy. That's what I say right there. To ensure the continuance of black domination and rule over the earth. That's what it say right there, right? Did I read that right or wrong? I read that wrong? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm on the wrong page. I should be on the a racist black supremacy page, which we already know that's a oxymoron, right? So if I read this again, intended to assure the continuance of white supremacy enacted in when? 1865 and 1866. So while you were in slavery, they had all these crazy laws. Then after you was getting ready to come out of slavery, they enacted black codes. Slave codes in their many loosely defined forms were seen as what? Effective tools against slave unrest, particularly a hedge against uprisings and runaways. Enforcement of slave codes also varied, but corporal punishment was widely and harshly employed. So Ron DeSantis and all these other people that's talking about CRT, that we don't want to hurt our children by teaching them the truth of how wicked this nation was, you, sir, are a liar. But guess what? If we finish this show, this episode of this show today, because what we're really supposed to cover is what's going to befall these leaders. That's really the punchline. You done did all this heinous, done instructed all this heinous acts. The Father say he gonna open up the books. So that means that somewhere there's some videos, there's some big screen TVs that them recorded everything a person that they did. And you gonna stand before a big screen, 1,000-inch TV, and you gonna get it ran back all the wickedness you done did. So you get what you earn. I'm not saying it. That's what the books say. You get what you earn. So hopefully I'll put the link to the black codes up. And then also, family, I want y'all to go to I give me 1 second. I also want y'all to go to the black codes and read what's in there too. And I'm gonna drop the wiki in there too. Go ahead, brother E.
No, I was just gonna say 1,000-inch.
1,000-inch TV, man. We'll be playing it right. He go press play. He gonna say play, and then it's gonna play, and then he gonna see all the wickedness, heinous stuff that you done did. 1,000-inch. How big is 1,000? It might be bigger than that. I might be too small.
Man, he gonna think he reliving it. Part of that.
Why he say he wrote? Everything was written down. Everything was written down. And see, here's the craziest thing. These evangelicals think that they're going to get by on something that they've done. Nobody's getting by. That's the crazy part. The Father's moving so great on the earth right now. You should be, if I'm an evangelical or anybody for that matter, I'm going to be frightened right now, man. But I'm calm. I'm calm because only thing I'm seeing is the book coming to life. And I'm like, this is what the Father been saying all of this time, and now it's happening on the earth. Really? Are you for real right now? All this stuff is going down? Right now? We that generation? And Israel is so calm right now. Israel not vexed right now. I don't see nobody in the chat being vexed. When I see my Israelite brothers and sisters on the street, those that know and those that don't, our people aren't vexed right now. Because quite frankly, over the last 400 years, who has gotten their head kicked in more than the Israelites? We're in the belly of the beast. Who had it like us and came out on the other side? Who had it like us? That's why Mashiach came. That's why Mashiach came back to redeem us back to the Father. We was out of pocket, out of order. And we stayed out of pocket, out of order, talking about you a Christian. You reading the book and looking at the book, and the Father saying one thing, and Creflo Dollar and Tim Hagee saying something else, and y'all gonna say, okay, I'm gonna follow behind them. Why would you do such a thing? The creator of this construct said what he said, and you gonna listen to a dumbass man. Let's keep moving forward. I didn't say I wasn't gonna yell today either, so y'all don't get mad at me, all right? Because y'all know I need to get saved. Don't get mad. You got somebody telling you something that the Father didn't say, and you run around doing it. What are you doing? What are you doing? FBI, the intelligence agency, been at war with you. That's the title. Y'all think I wrote the title. Y'all see that title? The FBI War on Black America? FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, Cointelpro. We're going to watch a piece of this video. But before we do that, guess what I got to do, fam? I'm sorry. I got to do this. I got to click the right link and get fair use up. Because somebody going to say, oh, that nigger played my video. And because he played my video, well, we're going to make sure that nigger doesn't do it again. Get FewTube on them. Yeah, get FewTube on them. Yeah, we'll shut those niggers up. Why y'all so worried about us anyway? Y'all ain't been worried about us. Nor is we worried about y'all. And nor do I care about your salvation. I don't care about now heathen if they get saved, if they jump off the cliff. Don't care. Never have, never would. Here go fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Actually, you know what? I got to stop sharing my screen. Got to do it the right way, bro. Okay, here we go with fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. And this is a copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So they got that out the way so they can't come out. Brother Elisha, peace and blessings, bro. How you doing, man?
Hey, peace and blessings, family. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear, bro. What's good?
Hey, man, just listening in, man. Trying to sit here with the kids, man, while they go to sleep and get ready for school tomorrow, man. I'm just listening to the brothers.
That's it. Hey, and if anytime you want to jump in, all you have to do is say, Brother Cleo, hold up, and I'll pause my mouth and put y'all on. That's how we do it. You know how we do it.
I got,
All right, man.
I got you, all the brothers. Shalom to all the Saltburn family and all the family out there.
Hey, shalom, bro.
Yes, sir. That's our brother Elisha. Strong brother. Not only is he a strong swordsman, but I'm gonna say this: the brother gonna have a bomb work on the earth. I'm gonna leave that where it is. A bomb work on the earth. I'm gonna read this comment though before we continue on. I'm gonna read this comment from Romy. Come, we must deal shrewdly with them, or they will become even more numerous. And if war breaks out, we'll join our enemies, fight against us, and leave the country. That's right. Hey, and listen, and here's how stupid the common insurrectionist is, right? Because white nationalism don't got nothing to do with you. The insurrection didn't have nothing to do with you. And you silly ass Negroes, the two that was there, they need to give you life in prison. Because that wasn't for you, wasn't never about you. But look at what Brother Romy says here. Now, if I'm smart, or I'm not smart, I'm not saying that, but if I was a thinking person, we'll put it that way. If I'm a thinking person, if I said, okay, let's get all the Negroes, round them up, and either kill them or get them up out of here. As you're doing that, do you think that another nation will look at you and look at that as a sign as, okay, number one, the Russians that already said we're going to attack while the Negroes is sleeping. Y'all heard that song. So you think nobody ain't going to attack if you talk about booting us out? And then two, we make up a good percentage of your fighting force because y'all haven't been Trump didn't enroll to fight. I got, let me see, my father, my uncles, my brothers, several of them, they signed up. So if you relieve the so-called, if you relieve the Israelites, I'm gonna stop saying so-called. You relieve the Israelites and take them out the box. Who gonna fight for you? Who gonna fight your who gonna be in your army? I don't care how many guns is in the snakes. I was watching a video today. They really think that if somebody invade this army, they're gonna be able to hold it down just because they got a few pews. Huh? Against a military? Yeah, y'all been watching too many of them Red Dawn movies. War ain't nothing like the Red Dawn movie. And see, that's the thing about the heathen though. All of them, if you listen to them, all of them think that this is a game and that we in some kind of a movie. And they act like they all think they Clint Eastwood or what's that, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or their whole persona is like something on a sitcom or television show. Have y'all noticed that about the heathen?
I have.
Speak your piece, bro.
Yeah, I noticed that. And, they all prepared to live in the wild and all kind of stuff.
You know about that wild. Go ahead, bro. My bad. Go ahead.
I'm done.
No, I was going to say about that wild. Number one, you don't know what entities the Father got out there waiting for you in that wild. Not to mention the animals don't even like y'all. You see, I know y'all seen that one video. I think the brother showed it where that fox was attacking that woman. That fox came out of nowhere, just kept attacking that woman. And y'all seen that video where that elephant did what he did, right? That elephant came and killed. That woman did something to that elephant family member, that elephant baby, killed that elephant baby. That elephant came, stomped on the woman, killed her dead, and then came to her funeral and stomped on them again. Y'all see that? The animals don't like you. The sun don't like you. Nothing in the earth likes you. But yet you supreme. You're going to be hiding in a cave, and the Father sent entities to kill you in your cave. This is what you're dealing with. The Father's not playing. So I'm going to get on this. Let me see. I was sharing my screen. We was talking about the war that's been against you. And see, here's the thing. They've been so insidious that they've been telling you and not telling you that they've been at war with you, and you haven't been at war with them. Ain't that something? Okay, so this is about Cointelpro, the J. Edgar Hoover, because he instituted. We'll read a little bit of this, but we really want to get into the video. And this is from the Zen Project. So I'm gonna put this link in. Right. We've been at a almost like a proxy war. We've been at war with a nation. This nation never loved us. We've been at war with them, and they've been warring at us. We ain't been warring at them because we just now put 1 + 1 equals 8. That's what we done said. 1 + 1 equals 8. So let's go ahead and read this article. The FBI's War on Black America is a documentary exploration of the lives and deaths of people targeted by the U.S. government's Cointelpro program, an FBI-launched program aimed against organized efforts by African Americans. I'm not even going to read no more. What we say earlier, fam, every time you thought to bubble up, they did what? Kicked it down. I was growing up. I was a child of the late 60s and early 70s. And I tell you all the time about the free lunch programs we had and about the Panthers coming through. And the Panthers would be training us, teaching us not only African dancing, but teaching us karate. They blew that the hell out of water. They said, "Oh no, we can't have them getting we can't have them getting it." So let's go ahead and watch a piece of this video. We're gonna watch a piece of it because what I did was I'm gonna fast forward to I'm gonna fast forward. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm not gonna go to YouTube. I'm gonna leave it here, but I'm gonna fast forward it to the 15-minute mark. Hold on a second, fam. You know what? I need to stop sharing my screen. Let me see how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna share my screen, share, and then I gotta share it with audio. So please forgive me, fam, for jacking that up. I gotta share the entire screen. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move it down here to my other screen. Brother C got a lot of screens, boy. I'm not gonna tell you how I got set up. Y'all be like, no, not don't put technology in his hand. Don't put technology in Brother C here, because that brother go jack something up. Okay, so let me see. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share that screen. We'll share the audio.
You've been doing
Okay.
pretty good, brother Cleo. Past couple of weeks, been doing
I've been erasing deleting whole videos. I did that too. I apologize, fam. My brother Banya had put on like a 10-hour video. He said, "Man, go in there and cut it off." I went in there. I said, "Okay, I did it." And then he like, "Oh man, you killed the wrong one." I like, ah. I said, "Well, we still got it." He like, "Man, don't worry about it." Peace and blessings to my brother Banya. He was like, "Man, don't worry," but he didn't want to say, "You over there, man, you always blowing us up with technology." Boy, if y'all only knew, that's all I'm gonna tell you. Wise as a serpent. let me play this video. Can y'all hear
it. Yeah.
You can hear it, okay. Hold on a second. Let me turn up the volume. Was the volume good?
I don't know. You probably have to let it play a little bit.
Okay, let me do that. Let's see here. Get back over there. Let's go play.
With charisma was a target of the government's Cointelpro.
You can turn it up a little louder. That'll be good. But we can hear it. I can hear it.
Okay, let's see if I could get it up. Okay, I got it up pretty loud, and on the YouTube, I got it up to maximum. So let's see it.
The program.
Who are you? You don't know. Don't tell me Negro. That's nothing. What were you before the white man named you a Negro?
Okay, so the first dude that came on, he said, anybody charismatic they would take out. And the reason why is they always say fear of a black Messiah. But that's telling in a lot of ways, because they know that Mashiach is going to rise up and come back. Mashiach is going to literally come back to this plane. And so their whole objective is to stop not only a charismatic leader, but ultimately to stop the awakening. That was really their goal and their plan. But I'm going to fast forward to the 15-minute mark. And then what'll happen if I click this button? Oh, okay, cool. All right. So we're going to pick up at around the 15-minute mark, and then we're going to let this play a little bit. Then we're going to stop, and I'm going to ask my fan for comments.
Enemies, and the FBI was supposed to be our allies. It meant an automatic split between them, which never occurred.
Well, I've just gotten through a couple of weeks ago with a 45 or 46-day battle of Ingram Park, I call it. That's the park there in Birmingham where we stopped Martin Luther King. And I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we had that nigger whipped.
FBI in the South, rather than stopping Klan violence, would in fact allow it to happen.
Mr. Schwartz. But that was the problem with the Birmingham Police Department. What about the FBI? Did you ever discuss with them why they didn't do anything? Mr. Rowe. Yes, sir. I was told by the FBI. They said, well, who the hell are we going to report it to? The police department was involved in it. The police department helped set it up. We are an investigating agency, not an enforcement agency. All we do is gather information. This was my answer. Mr. Schwartz, Mr. Rowe, were you an informant in the Klan? Mr. Rowe. Yes, I was. Schwartz. From when to when? Rowe. From approximately 1959 to 1965. Schwartz. In 1965, did you surface in connection with the murder case? Rowe. Yes, I did. Schwartz. Whose murder and what role did you play in that case? Rowe. I was in the automobile the evening that Mrs. Viola Louiso was killed by a Klansman.
Okay, so we're not going to even continue to go into that. I'm going to put the link into the chat. And so you had J. Edgar Hoover, but you had the intelligence arm of their leadership warring against you. That's intelligence. Israelites don't have an intelligence arm. Where's the Israelite CIA at? The Fuse got Mossad and a bunch of other organizations who you haven't heard of. Matter of fact, the Fuse probably control a lot of FBI and CIA now too, but that's a different conversation. So of all the aspects, you not knowing that you're at war, the FBI was in an open war against you. Open, not hidden. It was open and insidious. Some parts they hid because they didn't want to be too overt, and we'll get into that in a minute. So we just saw the 15-minute mark. Brothers, I want you guys to comment on what you've either heard so far or any comments that you might have before I continue forward. I'm going mute.
Yeah, I'm saying, it had to be a war if they got informants in the FBI. He admitting that they got killed, but they ain't say. I bet even though he was there and he seen it all and he told it all, they still got off.
What somebody get that precept where they hold themselves not guilty. And this is part of the reason why they have the mentality that they have. Go
I
ahead,
think
bro.
that I think that's Zechariah 11:5, if I'm not mistaken. You hear me?
And yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. And when I call a piece of a precept, you know what I'm asking for is the normal MO is that the family will find it and drop it in so that we can read it in full context. Who dropped out? Brother Kadar? Brother Kadar, we lost you. If you come back, that'd be cool. Hey, shalom, Smitty. What's good, brother? Good brother Smitty. Hope all is well with you. Hope the Father is enriching you. And that's my prayer for everybody in the chat. Y'all know my heart is with you. I want him to enrich you. The way I'm looking at it when I'm flying in a private jet, y'all got cheat codes. Or y'all get y'all private jet and have cheat codes. I want my family to be up top with me. When I get to the top, I want my family to be there. Everybody in the chat, I want y'all to be there right with me, celebrating and getting down with me. And we working it out. Without going into crazy detail. What the Father got for me, he ain't got for you, but he got something for you. Yes, sir. Thank you for that, Elisha. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up. My brother Elisha gave me the precept in the background. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it. Zechariah 11 and 5. Let me go ahead and put it up too. Zechariah 11 and 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Brother E, where you at? You still on, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
Brother E, read this precept, please.
It says, whose possessors slay them. And
Stop right there. Whose possessors slay them. So you being possessed and owned and still almost up until this moment, you no longer are. But you've been getting slayed by them. But keep reading.
And hold themselves not guilty.
So in other words, their mindset is that it's okay for them to slay you and kill you and murder you, Trayvon Martin. It's okay, Emmett Till. It's okay, Tamir Rice, Sandra Bland. They'll slay you, and then the police will say, "Oh, he ain't did nothing. This is a good, upstanding white man. He should not have to go to jail behind this act. He's not guilty." But the rest of this is even cold. Read the rest of that, please.
It says, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
The Boule pities you not when you get slayed. The Boule, with their arm of politics, don't say nothing. When has a Boule member stood up and tried to fulfill Genesis 15:13-15? We talk about you leave with great substance. Where them reparations at? Where them checks at? When has a Boule member stood up and said, before Congress and said, hey, run them people their money? Their own shepherds pity them not. Creflo Dollar. Creflo Dollar, if you gave a damn about me, you should be saying, hey, brother C, you know what? You better be on LSC. Brother C, you better be on that LSC. You better stay on that LSC and don't never move off of it. So for the rest of your life, you better stay with that, brother C. You a shepherd and you teaching against what the Father done said, and the Father said he changed not. What you doing? Who taught you to do that? You sound like a worker of iniquity. You saying something that the Father didn't say. You said lying on him. You calling him a liar. I'm not gonna call him a liar because I'm gonna do what the book say, and I'm gonna tell you what the book say. We ain't salt of the earth, the chat. None of y'all ain't coming with nothing new and nothing different. Book say there's nothing new under the sun. So if there's nothing new under the sun, why is you telling me something different? Why is you confused? Hey, Christianity is so confusing. If you ain't about doing the law, then you under lawlessness. So how is you moral? Anyway, let me get off that. Let me get back on. Now, we've been talking about the leaders and the different leaders of different pieces of the paradigm. President Nixon of the Snakes was a staunch 1,000% racist bastard. Yep, I did call him that. Y'all want to know what I think about Nixon? You want me to honestly tell you? Honestly? I'll tell you what I think about Nixon. Don't like him, don't care about him, and I hope he burning in hell with gasoline drawers on. Oops, brother C, you shouldn't say that. How come? How come? I'm not trying to be your moral and upstanding entity. I'm going to tell you straight. Yep, I did say that about Nixon. I say that about George Washington. I say that about Lincoln, Ronald Reagan, any of them. Any of them that hated my people. Well, I don't like you neither. I don't care nothing about you. Yep, Richard Nixon, you could be on a spigot, on a rotisserie, turning every moment in hell. Good for you. Brother Bonnie, what's up, man? How you doing?
Shalom and blessings, family. How y'all doing?
Hey, shalom, bro.
Good.
Shalom, shalom.
I'm here on my lunch break, having some Alaskan cod and some broccolini.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Some of us eat, can't stop eating. No comment. Good to see you, bro. Hope all is well. So let's jump on Nixon. That was my bad lie shot, Banya.
Shalom, family.
You gonna stop eating good, man, when I be on the platform, brother. You know, man, I'm cooking hot dogs and and hash browns for the kids, man. I'm not eating good right now.
Oh man. Don't worry, I eat good for both of
Look at that there.
us. I did not expect this. This was a treat right here.
It sounds good,
I was
man.
expecting a hot dog.
It sound good, man. Sound good with you eating. I need to get some of that. So right now we're gonna jump on Nixon here for a minute. Okay. Was Nixon at war with you?
Yeah.
That's a question. Was Nixon at war with you? Notice, fam, we got a consistent theme of criminalization. They've been enacting and criminalizing youth from time immemorial. And so we kind of went through, if you guys notice, a recurring theme. We started from slavery. We went through the laws from slavery. We went through the black codes. We didn't get into Jim Crow, but we could have touched on Jim Crow too. Y'all know that because y'all know the history much better than I do. Was Nixon ever at war with you? My brother Yash got it. War on drugs. So y'all thought the first time y'all heard of war on drugs was when that wicked entity Ronald Reagan, whatever he is, Reagan, it's all the same. He a wicked entity. Y'all thought it was with him, huh? But y'all, Nixon came prior to, and because he came prior to, nobody ever thought about, oh, they running the same playbook. They're going to criminalize you, run the same playbook. The playbook is not different, fam. It hasn't changed. Same playbook over and over and over and over again. The same one. Nixon advisors admits war on drugs was designed to what? Do the same thing that they do with all the laws that they enact. To criminalize the so-called blacks, so-called Negro, African American, moon cricket, spear chucker, nigger, Canadian. We keep going. This Nixon. We're going to read some of this article, fam. We're going to read this article here. Let me zoom in on it and make it big. Again, we just here to testify as a testimony against the wicked snakes of United Snakes of America. Daughter of Babylon. And when you get your just desserts, you would have earned them. Everybody getting what they earn. Richard Nixon, you in hell right now because you earned it.
My bad, bro.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, rock out.
Nah, you know something that I noticed that happens amongst Israel. Israel goes to the flogging bench, and we expose our back. And I'm gonna say that all of Israel is doing it when they say, let's just sit here and do nothing. We say, you know what we're saying? Go to the flogging bench and keep flogging. Out of all the Israelites in America, and I'm sure it was some that actually went out there and said, let my people go. But if you really think about it, it really took the Nation of Islam when they had the Million Man March to say that we Israel, let us go, or God is going to plague you, or the Most High is going to plague you. Outside of that, you got Israelites scattered all over America talking about they don't want to go to the white man and beg them for nothing. They don't want to go to Esau and say, Esau, let us go because we begging, or we don't want to go to the highest mountain and say, hey, let our people go. Even though the scriptures clearly state that anytime we were delivered, we played a major part in our deliverance. But really, my brother's saying, let's just sit back and be docile and just keep on waiting for American president after American president, whether it be Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, George Bush Sr., whatever. They just let them keep it. It would be Donald Trump, which would be the last Trump. We really just saying we're going to wait at the flogging bench, keep flogging us. We're not going to do anything because we're not going to go to y'all and demand that we be let go. We're not going to demand reparations, repatriations. We're not going to demand that the precious things of the Most High be returned to us, that we may serve them and that we may make offering to our God. I mean, really all we're saying is that keep whipping us while we keep complaining and we're not going to go to y'all and demand the things that all our predecessors did before us. You know, so we're the Richard Nixons that passed these laws that criminalize us just being in our skin and coming up with legislation to disproportionately put us in prison. We're actually complicit in these things because we still ain't getting it. We still ain't getting it in our spirit and our soul that we supposed to be demanding to be let go according to prophecy, according to the words of the manuscript. That's all I wanted to say.
And you are 1000% correct. Not only should we be asking, we shouldn't be asking, we should be telling. And we should actually be doing what the book say, prophesy to the wind. We should be prophesying to this nation.
Can I add on to that?
Yeah.
I wanted to say that I think brothers got the wrong idea about us asking and let us go. They think that it's predicated on them actually doing what we asking. It's not about. Two things need to take place. We need to be saying let us go, and we need to be telling each other to come back to the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. As far as whatever they want to do, it don't mean nothing. But us doing those two things will ensure the Most High makes them do it. You see what I'm saying? But we keep thinking that it depends on them. It don't depend on them. It depends on the Most High and where we at with Him. But we must be saying it. We have to be saying it. We have to be saying, let us go. And we have to be telling each other and teaching each other how to come back to the Most High's commandments. Those two things have to take place, you know. But like the brother said, like by us just sitting here, you know, it's not anything different from the sweet by and by. We basically, like he said, we exposing our behinds to the flogging, you know, to be whipped, to be beaten. If we just sitting here doing nothing, then that's what, you know, we gonna get what we always gotten, you know, beat.
Well, what I want to say on top of that too is the fact that I'm not sitting around waiting. I'm saying letting us go, let us go. But at the same time, I'm trying to build something at the same time. So and one act is not mutually exclusive from the other. Matter of fact, they go hand in hand because here's why. Let's say that you are let go. And they say, okay, here you go. Here go your end. What you gonna go do with it? I want to ask this question. Have you already made plans on how you gonna move your reparations to make that bubble? Like when you get to 5 talents and you make that grow into 100 million talents? What are you gonna do with a reparation if somebody give it to you?
If you think about it, brother Cleo, if we made the demand today, and the American government, like never mind the fiat currency, never mind the promissory notes. Say today we were given gold and silver. Then what we would do right from there is we're going to fulfill Isaiah the 3rd chapter. Because the first thing we're going to look to is the rappers and the singers and the entertainers that we're used to looking up to. They dress nice and drive nice cars. And we're going to say, okay, we got this money, now lead us. If repatriation was really happening at the time that we received these finances, we're going to go to the ones we're used to exalting. We're not going to go to the spiritual of our people. It's going to be up to the spiritual to stand up and take command. Because the people, they're going to look right to the cats that they see on TV, and they're going to say, lead us, for you have clothes. Lead us, for lead this ruin. You know, and that's what our people are doing right now. When you look at television, you really look at it, you got a lot of the so-called activists calling on Snoop Dogg and Jay-Z because they are people that's in the social arena to lead the people. They're calling on LeBron James, and these people are never equipped to lead our people. But because they have money and they know how to run fast and jump high, or they know how to act, or they knew how to do any of the things to entertain white people to accumulate wealth, we're looking to them to say something profound to lead the people. And they're the main ones who docile us. So yeah, if we had that money today, that we would, the spiritual of our people would have to stand up, and we would have to say that, yo, we take nobody touch nothing. Give us the precious things of the Most High, and we're going to make our way in to the desolate place that's going to start to blossom with flowers and green trees, and then go to the desolate place of the desert where the rivers are going to start to flow, because that's exactly where we're supposed to be trying to go. So it's going to be about those who have been teaching to start leading right at that moment, being vocal when the people are looking to anoint people that's not ready to lead our people, but is more than likely going to try to make us stay here. And that day is going to come. And we're going to see that stuff just come upon us when this place starts to fall into ruins.
I believe that 1,000,000% to be true, which is why I'm preparing. And when I say I'm preparing so that when I do get into the wilderness, that I'm not just going to be sitting on my ass twiddling my thumbs, right? And so as far as no, that's the point I want to make about the entertainers. That actually came up, and that's actually part of the war against us, is putting entertainers up in the stead of leadership when entertainers aren't fit to be leaders. Entertainers are exactly that. They're there to entertain you, just like a jester was there to entertain the king. The court jester, that was his task, was to entertain you, make you laugh, make you cry, make you sing, make you feel good, bad, or indifferent. And so that did come up. If you rewind, you'll be able to see that. Not my complaint. My thought is this: as you're saying, "Let us go," what are you preparing to go to? And then how are you going to contribute once you get there? Because here's the thing, fam, and we're kind of dovetailing a little bit. We're going to get back on it. But like I ask you all the time, what are you doing with the gifts and talents that the Father has given you? Are you putting them into action? Or are you sitting on them? Time has sped up. You know time has sped up. Time is going by so fast now. You're going to wake up and then we're going to be doing another KC. And we all going to be sitting back and say, hey, well, what happened to them 7 days in between? We already covered that from a preceptual perspective. But here's the thing, fam. Look, my brother say Wakanda forever. And that in my mind, they stole that from the Israelites. In your brother Cleo's mind, they stole that from Israel. Why you say that, brother? See, because that's what I envision our wilderness experience to be, even before they put that IP out. Well, why you call it an IP? Anyway, before they even did that, that was our thought. If you in the wilderness and the Father rocking out with you, you got a spirit rocking out there with you. Not to mention you being led by his son. That's an unbeatable combination right there. But this is my opinion. When I say this, it's not salt of the earth. This is your brother C opinion. I do not believe a lot of people believe that we are great. Because I said every time I was going to sneak that in on y'all, that y'all the greatest people on the earth, number one. Number two, I do not believe that Israel believe that they the next superpower on this earth. And see, the crazy thing is, it's not your brother C saying it. The book says it. A lot of our brothers and sisters don't even believe. You say you believe. You say you want to go to the wilderness, but you're not preparing to do nothing in the wilderness. You say you believe in the Father, but you're not LSC. You say you love Mashiach, but you're not doing what he did. Christianity. How you going to be a Christian when we know that's made up because Mashiach wasn't a Christian? How you going to be a Christian and you don't do nothing that the man did? You don't teach how he taught because every time he taught, what did he run to? Not now time did that man teach out of anything but the book. He was bringing the Tanakh to you. He was bringing Torah to you. Tanakh and Torah all day, 24/7, 28/9, 1,000,000 days a week. When he quoted, what was he quoting?
If you think about it, elder brother, you know, you remember inside the scriptures, I believe is either, as a matter of fact, it's a combination of Jeremiah, I believe, chapter 50 or 51, and Zechariah, where the Most High says, you know, be not still, save thy soul alive. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, so I'm not exactly looking at the verse. But
Y'all
it's
hold up a
several.
second. Hold up a second, Elisha. Y'all know that precept that he calling. Y'all go get it. Y'all go get that precept what the brother calling. Y'all know what it is. The fam know what it is, man. Go ahead, keep spitting, bro.
Yeah, I believe it is the end of Zechariah. I mean, I believe it is the beginning of Zechariah. You also got one in the end of Jeremiah, where the Most High instructs us to be not still, and then it actually parrots Revelations when the Most High says, "Get ye out of the midst of my people, so you don't be a partaker of her plagues." These same scriptures that we're talking about, this is the moment right now. Right, we're not looking at these scriptures as something to look at futuristically because we're in the future. You know, we're not in the past. Our fathers in the past look forward to the day that we live in today, but today we're in the future. We're in the time of be not still. We're in the time of get ye out of the midst of her, my people. So this is the thing, you know, like we're on a sinking ship, and we're yet to say, hey, you know, we're gonna jump inside the life raft. Like this is the position we're in right now. Now we're dangerously in the position where we will be in a particular of our plagues. Let's just look at the plagues that's happening right now. If the Most High sends a tsunami to hit Texas, we are in the midst of her plagues because we still dwell there. If the Most High says I'm going to ramp up COVID-19 and cause it to be COVID-22, and that thing is 10 times more deadly, yes, we are in the midst of her, so we are going to be a partaker of those plagues. We have yet to separate ourselves distinctively. Now, this month is the feast. We're coming up on the Day of Atonement. I know some has kept it already. This is the time where we should be making ourselves distinct. On the Sabbath day, what's this? The set apart day that the Most High made a covenant with our people. These are the days that we need to start to separate ourselves, and our vocation needs to be louder than ever that we are separating from this place, that we are getting out of the midst of this place, that we are screaming to be released from this place, because these are the high holy days, the Sabbath day, the feast days, and these are the times where we can truly separate that the places that we congregate will no longer be the places that these plagues hit. That way the difference will be set. The Most High will set a difference in the midst of this nation that will separate our people. And I think that right now we're actually behind the eight ball because we're not doing this enough. Every Sabbath day come past, we supposed to be louder on the Sabbath day being set apart as a sign between us and the Most High that the Sabbath day is a commandment that he gave to us, and particularly during the feast, which is the 7th month now, the Feast of Trumpets. What did brothers get on YouTube and start blowing their trumpet? Now the Day of Atonement is coming. Are we going to, is Israelites going to get in mass and start putting up these videos about, hey, yo, we got to deliver our souls alive, and we're asking the Most High to do these things? The brother had posted a scripture inside the chat where I can't remember what the verse the brother quoted, where it talked about we need to be calling up to heaven. The brother, you know what scripture you just posted that you put inside the chat, and that was real profound to the moment. So this is the things that we have to do. If anybody want to put that scripture inside the chat regarding deliver your souls alive out of Jeremiah and the one out of Zechariah. If nobody else do it, I'll grab it up myself. But this is the things that we're not doing right now. And this is the things we ought to be doing because we are in the midst of the plagues. We're not waiting on the plagues. The plagues are here. So we're actually experiencing them amongst the nations. Jack. His brother's following me on this.
Any brothers want to comment on that?
I'm following him. I'm following you. I'm hearing it. I agree.
Yeah, I think
basically taking most of the words out of my mouth, though. You know what I mean?
Okay, so brother. Okay, so here's what I'll say, brother Elisha. Since that's been pressed up in your spirit, then you should take the opportunity and if it's a matter of not having time, then probably press that into some of the brothers so that we can consistently start doing these things, because these things are obviously important that we're not doing. But here's the thing. The Father's not giving, this is how the Father's been operating. And this is my opinion, and this is what I've noticed. What I've noticed is that the Father hasn't given everyone the same keys. I may have keys to do something. Brother E got keys to do something. Brother Yash got keys to do something. Brother Banya got keys. Everybody got a different set of keys, but they're all going towards the same goal. Now, what I just heard was very profound. The question that I'm going to ask, even though we're dovetailing away from the show, is how do we start doing that? How do we start doing that so that we do push it out corporately? Because we're going to be doing this individually, consistently, starting with this channel, starting individually with ourselves, but then growing that out to where all of the Salt of the Earth family is doing it, also growing it out where the rest of the family of Israel pick up on it. That's the question. And it's not necessarily a question to you, Elisha. It's really a question to all of us. Go ahead, Brother Yash.
Yeah, one thing I think we should do, we've been talking about it, but we haven't yet done it, is but we were doing it consistently, and I don't know, and we just abruptly stopped and never returned. But I think we should get back to our quick Friday prayers, what we did. We used to have our Friday night call out, cry out. We just go out there and we used to do it.
I agree with that. And so what the brothers will probably need to do is have a conversation like we always do, so
Right.
that we can figure out how we're going to attack these things. Because the brother brought some real powerful commentary that's been dropped in his spirit, and so because it's been dropped in the brother's spirit, we need to take heed and listen to it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna replay. I'm like I normally do. I'll replay all the shows and listen to it for sound and for good edification. But we should all take heed to what the brother was saying and make sure that we're building towards that and we're actually living it and doing it. Because when you think about it, we are in the midst of this. But my hope and prayer is that even though we're in the middle of this, we're in the snakes, that the Father will do like he say, and not only will he choose Israel, but he'll protect Israel in this time. Because right now, because we are here, the snakes is in perilous times, and I don't want us to get caught up. But I think the first step in doing that is that you make sure what your standing is with the law, statute, and commandments. Number one. So we'll have to have a discussion about that corporately behind the scenes, and then we can figure out how we gonna approach it and do it. Go ahead, bro.
Well, brother Cleo, can you put that I would just put a scripture inside the chat. Can you post it?
Yeah, and then we're gonna get back to our originally scheduled program. This is from Jeremiah 51:45 that the brother put up. I'm gonna drop it in. We got a behind the scenes part of the show that y'all don't get to see, which is kind of nice. Actually, did I do what I did? I just did the wrong thing, bro. Let me get back to comments. Let's get right here. Drop that right there. Okay. Jeremiah 51:45. I'm put up on the big screen. Brother E, if you're around, can you read this precept, bro?
Says, my people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord.
Go ahead and rock out, Elisha.
I wanted to say something. Can you hear me?
I hear you, brother Barney. Go ahead.
You know, I would say about a year back ago, some shortly after we started doing the videos on the second Exodus and the plagues, I came to somewhat of a revelation, and somewhat of a heartbreaking revelation, right? About our people. Is that a lot of times, man, we don't change. until we on the precipice of destruction. I mean, I'm hoping. My hopes is that I'm wrong. I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but what was revealed to me, and this is in my own mind, is that before our people want to leave, it's gonna have to get really uncomfortable for us here. You know what I mean? And I mean, we already dying. We already dealing with mass incarceration. We already dealing with levels of genocide. But it's still not enough to make our people want to leave. So for things to get worse, that means that your life, every one of our lives will have to be in constant jeopardy, or for us to realize that, right? And that's the heartbreaking thing about it, that a lot of our people, they're not gonna seek the Most High or cry out to the Most High until it's like it's at a situation where you may be destroyed, you know. And that's the heartbreaking thing. The heartbreaking thing about it is that it would have to come to that, you know.
You know what? Even if it came to that, it wouldn't, because we've been through that. Our peoples just will not. That's why when it says in Revelations, it says, "Wherefore come out of them, my people, that ye may not be destroyed by their plagues." I, I always liken that to not the Most High ain't asking. I liken that to the same command as when he spoke the world into existence. We are too hard-hearted and stiff-necked as a people, and and no matter what they do, we are so broken and downtrodden that the more it's like we're in such an abusive relationship with this nation that we will never leave, except by the command, by the mouth of the Most High. That's how it was in Egypt when he's in the after they got their reparations. It said they thrust them out.
Well, you know what, I just a little bit more recently,
Mm-hmm.
right? A little bit more recently than Egypt. This is what I liken our situation to. Mashiach told Israelite, when you see Jerusalem compassed with armies,
Mm-hmm.
flee out of the midst of it, right? Those who didn't flee suffered the persecution that happened to our people in 70 AD, right? What
Yeah.
was going on during that time? Our people was fighting with each other in Jerusalem,
Mm-hmm.
fighting with each other, bickering, arguing, right? And those who had the understanding, or who were obedient to the word of the Most High, did what Mashiach said to do and fled out of the midst of them, right? Those were the ones that escaped that persecution. But the ones that didn't listen, they ended up being starved to death behind those walls, eating each other, eating their children, right? Fighting each other, warring with each other, all while the Romans wait outside to pick off the last remaining ones after all of that was done with. We behind enemy lines, and we not even listening to voices of reasoning that's saying, hey, we should be talking about letting this go. We should be talking about coming back to the Most High's commandments. Hey, the Feast of Trumpets just passed. The Day of Atonement coming up. You know, why aren't we crying out to each other? Look at the views on the days that we were doing the prayers and the cries and the cry outs. And you compare those views to the ones where we was going into controversy and debating other brothers about things that wasn't even salvific. And see which one mattered more to the people.
I forgot about that. You're right.
You see what I'm saying to me? You see what I'm saying?
But you know what? I want to read a precept since the Most High took us this way. I want to read this precept, and it's in Isaiah.
Can you drop it in the drop it in the chat, bro, and then I'll put it up. Or tell me where it is. I'll go get it. Either one.
Isaiah 43.
All right, hold up. Precept.
Starting with verse 1. It's just basically that whole chapter.
Okay, we're not gonna read the whole chapter, but I'll give you the first three.
Give me, where am I at? Hold on.
I got Isaiah up. Here, let me share my screen. Hold on a second.
Give me 3, 4, 3 to 6.
Okay, let me. I'll just put up a screen. Let me stop sharing what I was sharing. Share the screen. That one. Nope. Window. That one. Share. Okay, you see it?
Yeah. No, I don't.
Okay. Hold on a second. Let me do something right quick. Bang, bang. Okay, so it's on the screen right now.
Okay, it says, but now saith the Most High.
Oops, my bad. 43, right?
But
you said
now
43?
Yes, 3 to 6.
Isaiah 43, right?
Yeah, 43.
Wait, hold up a second. I just knocked it off of 43. Okay, so you say 3 to 6. There we go.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead, Rob.
am Yahweh thy God, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior. I gave Egypt for thy ransom, Ethiopia and Sheba for thee. Since and really that's where I want to be at for. Since thou was precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee, even though we know we haven't. Therefore I will give men for thee and people for thy life. He says, fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. Listen, I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from the far and my daughters from the end of the earth. And that just was a precept to the one in Revelations when he says, wherefore come out of thy people, my people, and be ye separate, and that you be not partaker of her plagues. We are so and this is just my thought on the matter. We are so destroyed as a people that and actually when you go down, he explains it. We are so destroyed that this is the Most High work. He says, yeah, in 10, ye my witnesses, and my servants whom I have chosen, that, see, we witnessing this, that ye may know and believe me and understand that I am he. Before me there was no Elohim that formed, neither shall there be after. You know what I'm saying? He's saying, I'm doing this, not for your sake, but I'm doing this for my name. I done chastise you with the chastisement of an enemy, and ye have grown to love it. What he said, what more can I do? I've done everything. I've given you everything. You took advantage of it. I've punished you with the chastisement of the enemy, and you just don't get it. Your necks are so stiff that I'm just going to save you for my own sake, and I'm going to get the glory out of it. And those my servants whom are out here doing the work and calling by my name, we are the witnesses to what he is about to do, what he has done, but he hasn't done it already, what he has done and is about to do, and that he's going to bring us out. And that's going to set us up there. Because I believe I believe like Brother Banya at this, but on the other end, I'm like, wait, hold up. We just don't want to do it. Too many people, no matter what happens, we just can't. And this is taking us right back. That we just cannot fathom or understand that we are literally at war.
Yeah, that's
Brother,
the
I'm sorry, go ahead.
go ahead, man. Go ahead. 'Cause I'm gonna get us back on topic in a second. Go ahead, bro. Rock
Yeah,
out.
now I'm gonna just make this one last comment. You know, who of our people is confused about whether we're dwelling in the midst of the daughter of Babylon? 'Cause, like in it, nobody. I don't believe any of our people is confused that this is the daughter of Babylon. You know, the precept in Psalms 137 verses 7 and 8 tells us that the daughter of Babylon is Edom. So when we read Zechariah 2 and 7, when the Most High says, "Deliver thyself, O Zion," if let me make sure say it word for word, "Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon." You know, there's no ambiguity there. So why is the Most High telling us of the last days, those who are Zerubbabel, the ones who are returning from Babylon? Why is he saying, "Deliver thyself," if brothers is at the flogging bench still waiting to be flogged? Talking about, I'm not gonna ask Esau for nothing. Why is the Most High telling us of the last days to deliver thyself? But yet we're at the flogging bench.
But then
Because it's,
again, then
go ahead.
again, I liken all these when he these as not him giving the permission, but him giving the commandment. We are his ears as well as his mouthpiece. And and as yeah, we are his ears as well as his mouthpiece. He says, to he that has an ear, let him understand. Uh these are commands. When these commands go forth, we're gonna know it, and we going to deliver ourselves. That's what I believe on the matter, my brother.
Right, we're not alone in these things. Like even in First Kings, and I mean, that's just the last verse I'm gonna bring up, brother Cleo, and then get us back on track, brother.
Yeah,
If you go into First Kings the seventh, whether it was First Kings chapter 7 or 8, where if you I think you go down to verse about 41 to 42, it says it says that he will give us favor in the sight of the heathen.
yeah,
And it's, I mean, and if you notice, man, you have a lot of Edomites. You got a lot of nations out there that actually are empathetic to our situation. Like some, even there's some, and I'm not saying that we should be, going to Esau to do anything. I'm just saying that the scriptures do say that he will give us mercy in the side of the heathen,
he said
and
that.
that you got a lot of those. Go ahead, bro.
No, you go ahead.
No, no, go ahead. I was just saying that there's a lot of people within this infrastructure that is supportive of not only reparations but repatriations.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of Edomites doing videos today talking about they were Israel and
Hmm.
even warning their own brothers. So it's like these scriptures are fulfilled because in the same scripture, I believe in First Kings, the 7th or 8th chapter, around the 41st to 48th verse, somewhere around there, where the Most High says, "I will give you mercy," and then it talks about us being coming back to the commandments and being gathered to go to be returned from the four corners of the earth. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab it up and then I'm gonna leave it alone after that.
Yeah,
But
and why you grab that up also though, it says a nation shall not a nation be born in a day. Many of us are fleeing, but we're fleeing individually. But so like I say, I liken it the command that we all come out as a nation.
So while you're looking for that precept, bro, I'm not gonna jump back on the share. Tell me what the precept is. Either drop it in the behind the scenes chat or point me to where you want to go, and I'll throw it up on the screen. In the meantime, and see, this is why it's important for everyone to be doing the work that they've been given. That's why I'm always saying we need all hands on deck, because I don't have what my brother E or Yash been given, or Elias Shaw Banya, or Hal, or Time to Think, You Love Yah, Professor Eight of Yah, Linda Siggers Bay, Shalom. Shalom to the both of you. Shalom to Sister Carol, Sister Cece. Shalom to all of you that joined in late or that I didn't get a chance to shalom. Go ahead, Elisha.
1 Kings chapter 8, verse 50.
Okay, let me
1 Kings 8:50.
okay, let me put it up. Let me give me a minute to grab it. That's when Solomon was getting busy. Chapter
Right. Solomon's giving,
50.
yeah.
Okay.
First Kings chapter 8, verse 50.
Okay, let me share. Let me share. Stop sharing now. I gotta share it again. Window. We're gonna share that one there. Share. That's what you. That's what you want.
Yeah. It says, and forgive thy people that have sinned against thee, in all their transgressions wherein they have transgressed against thee, and give them compassion before them who carried them captive, that they may have compassion on them. For they be thy people and thine inheritance, which thou broughtest out of Egypt, and from the midst of the furnace of arms. So, it says Solomon prayed that when this day will come upon us, that we will be scattered amongst our captives, that we will be given compassion by those who actually taken us captive. And we see that compassion even to this day. Like I said, I'm not talking about gathering with Esau or nothing like that. I'm just saying that we can recognize the compassion on the part of some of the nations regarding what has happened to us, whether it be um, the president of China saying that black people are mass incarcerated in America, whether it be some of those Arab princes that talk about how can America oppress black people and then get in their business, whether it be those Edomites that put videos up about us being the children of Israel. We can see in some way, shape, or form that the heathen is having compassion on us in their vocation, and that we are in those times that now we need to be delivering thyself, O Zion, from out of the midst of the daughter of Babylon. And that if we continue to ask to be flogged and say that I'm not going to them for nothing, the plagues are going to come upon us more and more and more so, because they're already being poured out on this nation amongst other nations.
Okay, so then, okay. So that being said, bro, what we have to do is what we have to be. Having that information is we have to be the watchman on the wall and sound the alarm, whether people hear or forbear. We have to be the ones to put that information out, because nobody else is saying it. So if you don't hear nobody else saying what you're saying, then you're gonna have to be the one to say it under
Yeah, brother,
whatever platform.
you know me, brother. I don't have a problem saying it, whether it be from the computer in the house or in front and right to their face, in front of from the place where their presidents dwell. I don't care where we do it at. I'm just saying that we do need to do these things. And you're right. Maybe we should be the ones who make it be redundant of the situation and keep on saying that this is what we need to be saying. If we're the only ones that are willing to articulate it. But I do see that there are others of our people. That's why I brought up Farrakhan. I'm not in the Nation of Islam. None of us are. But they did go out there in 2015, or was it 16, was one of them. And they did say that we were the children of Israel. And they did say that the Most High would plague this place. So I'm like, even our brothers of different or of other religions have made these proclamations. Even when brother Karab did the song Black Water, and he quoted, I forget the brother's name, man. He actually did a little what's the brother, man, the real fiery Christian brother that used to teach Obama. And at the beginning of the song, brother Karab did You know, he was talking about how goddamn America for killing women and children. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of the Black Water. So you got even Christian teachers that's putting these things out there. It's just that at these crucial times, we really need to have this be the majority of our speech.
You talk about Jeremiah Wright.
Yeah, Jeremiah Wright,
Jeremiah
exactly.
Wright. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so here's what I'll say to you. We're gonna have to pick this up offline, but that should be a work that Salt of the Earth pick up, and like how the book say, if it is of the Father, leave him alone. Because if it ain't, it'll come to naught. But I'll say this: if this is something that the Father deemed to be important, and it sounds like it really is, then we should be doing that. We should be doing it consistently, just like with the prayer thing. And so, what we're gonna have to do is probably over the next day or so is jump in the backstage and have one of those great meetings like we always do and hash that out. Because if you're not hearing it out there, then that means that we supposed to be bringing it / you / whoever. And as far as, I would never say that you scared to get out there, because you was out there in front of the UN on behalf of our people. A lot of people, if they forgot who Elias Shaw was the brother with a few other brothers that was in front of the UN partitioning for our people. Right? So let's we not getting it twisted here, but what we are saying is that, okay, we got to be the ones to put this information out there right and exact, because this is a key, right? And I'll speak for the brother Elisha. I know that he got several hundred keys. Your brother Cleo may have one, but brother Elisha got several hundred. So we gonna take that backstage. So here's what I'm gonna do, fam. We at 2 hours and 28 minutes. Y'all know I normally cut off at the 2 hour mark, but what I'm gonna do is we're not gonna continue to go in, because we still got to go in on Nixon and Reagan, but we still haven't answered the punchline yet. Is what's gonna befall these wicked entities, really. And so part of getting out the way is, of course, knowing that you should be LSC, and then another part of the way is understanding the history. Now, here's why understanding the history is even more important, based on the information that Elisha brought us. And when you think about it, we in peril, we in the belly of the beast, and the Father's pouring out His wrath all over the earth. And so, because that is so, we need to not only be circumspect, but we need to be doing those things that are going to benefit us as a people, as a nation, not as an individual. Y'all hear me all the time. I'm never talking about what Cleo is going to do. I'm talking about what the nation is going to do. What can we build together, not what can I build together and then go take my tail to some island and kick it on some island. No. If I'm on an island or somewhere, I want everybody in the panel, everybody in the chat. I want it to be Israelites only island. And then maybe we'll have a couple of heathens there working. Well, you got to have somebody working for you, right? Just like y'all always say. Well, somebody gonna have to be slaves, right? Somebody gonna have to fetch your water and cook your dinner, right? While you doing whatever it is that you're doing. So I'm never thinking about me. I'm thinking about us as a nation. And that's one thing, and I tell you guys this all the time, you got to get out of the idea that it's just about you, right? Because why is it that if it's about you, you've made it about you, entertainer, when you say, okay, look, I'm going to go and build a school for the folks in Africa, but my people in Detroit, Mississippi, different parts of the earth got to drink water that look like coffee. Who does that make sense to? We're broken down over here. Why don't you help the family here? But again, because of the idea that you are an entertainer, you are beholden to the king. because you're part of the elite class. I would never want to be mistaken for a member of the Boule, because quite frankly, those are the ones that'll be brought before council and stoned. Those will be the ones that Mashiach say, hey, you calling me out my name, you call me something that's not me, do it again, I'm going to kill you. Or you eating those things over there that you should not, future prophecy. He going to kill somebody for calling him out his name, and he going to kill somebody for eating things that they ought not. Sound like you should be LSC. But getting back on topic, you have been in a war, and we gonna obviously have to have a part 3 to this, but you have been at war. Now that you know that you're at war, the Father is at war with these nations. And really, peradventure to what the brother Elisha was bringing, it will behoove us to get as far out of the way as we can. And how do we do that? How do we get out the way? Because we in the neck right now. Where it say that precept, Judah be in the neck of his enemies. When they father gave them the breakdown. I know some of y'all been saying all this whole time. Y'all don't believe in the book. Y'all just believe in the New Testament. And that's it, right? Fell as a nation. So here's what I'm gonna do, fam. We're gonna have a part 3 to this. I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna pick up on Richard Nixon. And the beautiful thing about it is we got time, but mark this thought down. It'll be 7 days from the time that we meet now to the next time. I think the next show we're doing it on something else. So we're gonna have to come back and do a part 3. We'll do a part 3 after we do the part 2 that I owe y'all from the last show that we didn't finish up on. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna converse with the family. I'm gonna go down and put we'll put some precepts up, and we'll also put comments that the family made, starting with Professor Ada Yah. We need to set a new code of conduct amongst ourselves to weed out the traitors amongst us who want to divide us. Khan, I agree with that 1,000,000%. There's a lot of things that we need, but starting with the code should be a dovetail off. Everything should dovetail off of the LSC, which is Mashiach. Because if you don't put LSC into your code is worthless. So I say Khan to what you say, bro. Say Khan 1,000,000%. Question. Has Israel in times past ever gone out to battle without Yah's blessing? I believe that may have happened. They may have did something when they shouldn't have, according to the book. And because they did that, they wind up getting smoked. So sis, to answer your question, it really boils down to, are you moving with the Father, or are you moving on your own accord? And see, that's the thing over here. Nobody here is moving on their own accord. We're moving according to how the book say we should move, not according to feeling, opinion, or conjecture. I'm here to encourage you, Israel, that you are great. I'm here to tell you that you are great. I'm here to also tell you that the whole earth has gone to hell because of Israel. The Ukraine war is because of Israel. The war between Iran and the fuse Israel is because of the people of the book. America going to hell in a handbasket is because of the people of the book. The Father pouring out everything that he pouring out on the Psalms 83 team. Team Psalms 83. Because of the Israelites. Yes, we have it. Yes, we have, and it has been to our detriment. That's right. To a certain extent, it has. Thank you all. Wonderful gathering tonight. Most High bless. You're welcome. Thank you, sis. Thank you for jumping on. Appreciate everybody that jumped on. Let's see here. We are living in the valley of the shadow of death. Yeah, we are. We are in that. And the beautiful thing is that the Father has given us a peace. I don't hear nobody that's in the chat, and I don't see nobody that's on the panel that's vexed or in panic mode. I hear concern that we should be doing some things, which we should. And we should listen to everything that the brothers on the panel and the family in the chat been saying, and we should be actively pursuing them and doing them according to the book.
You know what, bro? That's crazy. I've been thinking about it every time you say it. Though the whole world's falling apart around us. I constantly hear these white people, the concern, and these heathens' voices about how everything is. But you're right. We are unfazed as a people.
And you know why that is, bro? Because we done seen down there everything already. That the father, we've been at war with the father all this time. And that's something that nobody tells us. Okay, so you declared the war on the father by not doing what he said that he gave you in Deuteronomy, and you've been fighting with him ever since.
So look, so we must be, even though we don't know it, we must be relieved in our fear, in our spirits. It's not against us.
It's their turn.
Yo, we calm as I don't know what, man. Everything happening, we calm.
Hey man, and that's that's strange. That would be considered strange for now, right? Somebody get the precept that say you're a peculiar people. Somebody get that put in. I'll put it up. I'll put it up.
Hey, what's that? Deuteronomy 7? Let me see if I grab it.
Let's see here. Shalom family. Y'all keep us Khan, that's right. May the Father protect us and keep us. Keep us protected away from everything that's going on. While it's all going down around us, you just keep us. Keep us, Father. That's what we ask. We your children, we crying out to you like in Deuteronomy 30. That's the prerequisite that you gave us in Deuteronomy 30. Cry out, call to mind. We've been calling to mind. And guess what we saying, Father? We saying we believe your word and we believe LSC. We believe the law, statutes, and commandments, Father. We believe them. And we don't believe Dr. David Jeremiah and that liar on AM radio Bible answer, man. We don't believe none of that. We only believe what the books say. I'm gonna get that. I got that precept, brother. I'm gonna put it up. We gonna rock it. Deuteronomy 14 and 2. For thou art a holy people unto the Father thy Elohim. And the Elohim have chosen thee to be a peculiar people. How is it that the whole earth is going to hell in a handbasket and the commonest people on the earth not tripping, not worrying about nothing, not talking about nobody wars, watching all of this as if it's entertainment, got their popcorn out, is the Israelites? How is that? To be you're a peculiar people unto himself. You're peculiar, and he didn't set you apart, and he set you to himself. You peculiar, you special. He set you apart and say, this the apple of my eye over here. I got them. Above all the nations upon the earth, not in the middle, not equal to. You stop playing that game that you talking about running around. You want to be equal to somebody. Don't y'all know that's a game? That's a trick. You saying you equal, you diminishing what the books say about you. You diminish your greatness when you talk about, oh, we want equality. We want equity. No, we want what's rightfully ours, which is this whole construct. Go ahead, bro.
Now I was gonna say I know some people. They went to the they in Puerto Rico, right? And while the hurricane is on, they up there playing spades.
Go ahead, brother E.
That's how calm our people are. I'm looking at all this devastation on there. I'm like, dang, they playing spades. They playing spades over there.
Hey man, you must be good at Sped. I never really was that good at Sped, I must admit. But Tonk, you don't want to see me. Go ahead, brother E.
You know what I find interesting? I look at certain platforms, and one thing you'll notice is that a lot of Gentiles may not understand prophecy. You know, they know that we're in prophetic times, and they know that America is getting ready to go to war, and they're doing all they can information wise to prep their people, but they're not concerned with our people and the condition of our people in this time. And so I just find that interesting how a lot of them understand that this nation is at war, and that war is imminent, meaning that it can happen at any time, you know. And a lot of our people are just so uninformed on in every aspect, you know, and still depending on religion, the white man's religion, which is really their version of spiritual captivity of our people. Yes, I said spiritual captivity because it's a way to keep our minds away from the real truth. And the scripture actually declares what we should be doing in this time. You know, I had some issues or some back and forth with some people over the issue of fleeing, you know, people saying we need to flee. But one thing we have to understand is that the Most High is telling us to flee, but that's within the context of him making that possible. You know, he tells us what we need to do in this time according to prophecy. I'm gonna close out with that, but I just wanted to mention that because a lot of our people are under a lot of misconceptions. You know, we got to go and save souls. We got to go and do this. All we have to do is be concerned about our people and accepting the truth, the spirit of truth that the Most High is sending out in the earth now, which is really for us. It's trying to wake us up to understand the truth of who we are and what the Most High is doing. That's for us. And so I'm a yield on that for now.
Let me address something that brother Eric said that's powerful. And I remember some years ago when some of the teams, I'm not gonna call them camps, I'm gonna just say the different teams amongst our people, that they were talking, there was something that was going around called the flee doctrine. See, you know, it's a difference between what we're saying and the flee doctrine. See, a robber flees a person's house in the midst of the night, in the cover of darkness. He flees and tries to leave when nobody's looking. You know, the Most High has promised us great substance, so we're not looking to flee. We're demanding to be let go with what belongs to us. Like, you know, America and the nations that has Israel to the four corners of the earth, you know, they're on the judgment seat right now. You know, so it's a big difference between the flee doctrine and to leave according to prophecy without leaving empty-handed, without saving up the money to get a plane ticket or a boat ticket. You know, we're talking about, you brought us here in chains. We're gonna leave unbound with the things that you stole from us according to prophecy, that the Most High is going to open up the airways and the rivers and the seas. You know, I know a lot of people talk about oceans, but the Most High inside the book of Genesis said that these are seas. You know, there's nothing in there about the book about it's an ocean. The Most High said that he's going to open up the seas for us. And these things are going to be opened up according to prophecy. And it's going to be in broad daylight. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be in the cover at night. So I think that when people think about us talking about leaving, they think about the flee doctrine. They think about saving your money, cashing in your 401k. Nah, man, we talk about cashing in what they owe us and leaving with the blessing of the Most High, like the brother Eric said, man. We not talking about leaving at nighttime. You know, we leaving boldly. We looking to pillage the Egyptians again, man. We looking to take, you know, all the things that we need to bring the precious things back into the temple of the Most High. So, you know, brother Eric is definitely correct on that, and it's a big difference between the flee doctrine and what we're talking about here right now.
Exactly. I mean, if you look at Egypt, technically our people fled out of Egypt. They had to eat the Passover in haste, and be out of there by a certain point, which the Most High had set up for them already. So he gonna do the same thing now. But I just think the brothers are profound, man, in terms of our people and how we should be crying out to the Most High to be delivered, and it's a shame that we can't really unite with other brothers and sisters that's doing work, to really make this thing profound. Everybody's on their own mission, and people feel like you may be trying to step on their toes or whatever, but it's really just about everybody being able to come together,
And
But
what else?
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, E. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm done.
What I was gonna say was a lot of times, and I'm sure that this has happened to a lot of the folks in the chat and all the brothers on the panel. The Father will give you something, and you'll be like a few years ahead of everybody. You'll be like 4, 5, 6, 7 years ahead of everybody. Then you got that, and you've been practicing it and moving it and operating in it. You've been sounding the alarm. Then what happened? You turn around, look around. Okay, everybody finally caught up with that concept. You finally caught up. Now, I will say this. What the Father is doing on the earth right now is profound, and it's profound that we're witnessing it. What's going to happen is that the family is going to become more and more receptive to the true things of the Most High and how we should be operating and moving. See, I noticed that, and it's not to knock anybody channel or nothing like that, because like I always say, all the Israelites got keys. All the Israelites got keys. And I've said it before. The fathers done painted this beautiful mosaic that he put in prophecy, and we're all actually the painters of that mosaic. He's using us to paint this mosaic, and all of us got pieces to this particular puzzle. And so I say all that to say, some of the things that you will hear brothers on this panel say will be like light years ahead of everybody. And then it's going to take a little bit of time for the rest of the body to catch up, body meaning the Israelites, and then the Israelites will start rocking and operating and moving in that. What I am seeing is I'm seeing that there's a little bit more unity than there was 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago in this paradigm. And it's going to continue to get better, because to me, that fulfills the prophecy of the dry bones. Because what happened at the end when the dry bones came together? There stood what? Somebody go get that precept. There stood what? A great army. And you as battle axe at the same time. We'll go ahead and read this precept. Right on for that, brothers. Both of you brothers chiming in like that. And that's why I love and rock with Israel. It's not a me thing. It's not an individual thing, but it's a us thing. It's a group thing. It's just like the mob say, our thing, our family, our thing. Well, this is our family and this is our thing. And the rest of the family is invited and included, as long as you family. JPM say Micah 7:10. Brother E, can you read this precept, please?
Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire.
Don't that's what they say to you? Where's your God at? That's why they don't believe that you belong in Christianity. That's why you not a Christian nationalist. They have been asking you, because they believe not only you 3/5 of man, they believe that you the beast of the field. They don't believe that your Elohim is their Elohim. It's two different gods on this earth, at least. The Father you serve ain't the Father that they serve. They've been asking you, where is your God? He allowed you to go through slavery. Where's your God at? What God would allow a nigger to go through slavery, to go through? That's why you're at the bottom, and he made your skin the way that he made it. Because you're cursed. And they can't even spend 2 hours without turning into a lobster bob. You go to Red Lobster, you see one of them swimming in the tank. For those of y'all that eat such things.
An unclean creature.
Man, listen. Google turn red into a lobster when you go to God tonight and do a Google search, because as I say here all the time, Google is God. No mistake about it. You can ask Google. Google is sentient AI. Brother Cleo, what you know about sentient AI? Yeah, oh, they're talking about sentient AI. What you even know about AI? You talking about Allen Iverson, right? Anyway, let's get back into it, fam. Let's see how the dollars are. Go ahead and read that precept, bro.
It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Yes, sir.
And rule over their oppressions.
Yes,
we
sir.
know that by heart, Brother Kadar. That's one of his favorites.
And he go, because I saw you was reading it, and I already clicked on it. I say, well, he know that one by heart. He got that one. He got that one down cold. And that's the one I called earlier. That's why you don't want to be playing. You don't want to be playing with Israel right now. You talk about this book. You do not want to be playing with Israel. Talk about this book in the Greco-Roman calendar, 2022. What day is this here? September 21st, 2022. I tell you, one people on the earth that you should not play with when you're talking about the Bible, and that's the kingdom of the Israelites. Why? Because they come with precepts like this. I'm going to read this one. Carolyn Wesley Shalom says, Jeremiah 30:11, for I am with thee. The Father is with us. Saith our Elohim to save thee. Who he sent to save you? Who he sent? See, you talking about you saved. What you saved from then? What? And why is he saving you? Because of who? Though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee. He gonna make a full end of where he scattered you because they treated you so bad. And they did his bidding, but they went beyond what they should have done. Yet will I not make thee a full end. Yet I will not make a full end of you. So we done already been through everything but the kitchen sink, and now it's their turn. That's what that say. Jeremiah 30:11. It's your turn. Somebody put up that precept, you get a double portion. This is a pour for her double. What the book say? Pour for her double. Joel 3:9. Read Joel 3:9 for me, bro.
It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
That sound like, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
He say, declare the gospel. Declare the gospel among the Gentiles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the gospel is not no, he love everybody. Not the gospel. They was talking about the gospel they was talking about the saints in the gospel in the Old Testament.
Well, let people tell it now. You're supposed to proclaim Jesus among the Gentiles.
You know what? It say, proclaim ye among the Gentiles, prepare war.
Prepare Jesus.
Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. So that means that what they really mean is prepare the zigzag man, that hippie heroin addict, that in Greek guard. That's what they thinking in their mind. That man didn't have hair like wool and skin of his. They burn in the furnace. I burn copper in the furnace. I have kilns. Burn copper, and you know what happened with copper? When you take copper out of a kiln, pure copper out of a kiln, I'm talking about copper. Guess what happens to it? When you burn it in a kiln, it get this black burn sheen. It's not even a sheen. It's like a black powdery cake thing on top of it. Now I'm speaking from experience. I'm not speaking from something I don't know about. Go ahead, bro.
When the war do fall out, that white Jesus gonna turn off and walk away, lighting his cigarette with one hand in his pocket.
He gonna have a blunt.
He gonna be jingling the change in his
pocket. He gonna be firing up a left-hander. He ain't fooling me. The zigzag, that fake Cesare Borgia, the same dude on the zigzag rapper. He gonna be firing up a blunt. He gonna fire up a left-handed one. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all ain't been saying, and your brother Cleo don't smoke nothing. I'm telling you that right now. I don't smoke. I haven't smoked in 35 years at least.
You must have quit when I quit.
Notice I said I ain't smoke. I ain't say what I smoke. I just said I ain't smoke. And we'll leave that where it is. We'll leave that exactly where it is. Read some more of these precepts. Brother Yash, read this precept for me, bro. Brother Yash, you on?
Yeah, I was actually reading it.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Go ahead and read it out. Rock out, bro.
Okay. Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, I'm sorry, I gotta gather myself. Behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assured, and I was just reading that, have assuredly drunken. Art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? You shall not go unpunished.
So what you're saying is you're not gonna get no rapture, great President Charlie Brown, no disappearing act, abracadabra, should have bought a Honda, and then zap like wow, you disappear? You mean that's not gonna happen?
It ain't gonna happen.
Oh, wait a minute, bro. You telling me a lie because the Bible Answer Man on AM radio, that liar, said that I get to get raptured out of here. What say you, sir?
I say he was smoking some of the zigzag man.
He's smoking that wacky tobacco. Oh, stop. Y'all out of control. Oh, no. Wait a minute. He said he's smoking things that he ought not. Shalom, Ticey Roller. How you doing, brother? Glad you could make it. It's good seeing you. Fam, so here's what we gonna do. Let me see here. I got a few more minutes. I can rock out a few more minutes. Cavity Creep. Chinese troops seen in the UK. The Chinese troops have been in Canada and been amassed in Canada and actually been down here. I was reading that probably 5-7 years ago, something like that, where they were amassing on the Canadian border and they were doing a lot of training exercises on the Canadian border. So everybody is right to explode and get down and be fighting right now all over the whole earth. But I think what we need to be doing, and it's not what I think, what I know is at this time we need to be doing what the books say we should be doing and nothing else. And that's why you can operate in peace and with a clear mind, not operating out of fear, but you operating with a sound mind and you moving with a sound mind because you got the right spirit. You rocking with the Ruach. Not only is you rocking with the Ruach, but you already made up in your mind that you was going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You already made up in your mind that you was going to observe the feast days. You already made up in your mind that, okay, Father, we acknowledge all of the wrong that our ancestors did, the sins of your fathers, which the heathen don't think that they have to pay for, which they paying for right now. They don't even know it. And so we have to move and operate according to what the books say. Point blank. No ifs, ands, or buts. Now more so than ever. Now more so than ever. So that you, family, can be a true witness to your family that's not only just inside the chat, but outside the chat. All Christians should be watching these videos for sound check and to making sure that they line up with the book so that they can say, okay, you know what? I'm going to jump out of Christianity and I'm going to jump in and put on my heritage. The book belongs to me and I'm going to jump back in it. We've been tried in the fire for 400 years. That's right. He ain't mad at us anymore. They are about to get their ass tore out of the frame. That's right. I read it just like how you said it. How's that? Just like how the sister said it. 1 Peter 2:9. But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful light. Ain't that something? You see that wonderful light, you better know who he called you to be the body of. Called you in the wonderful light of Mashiach. Is that what it say? I see wonderful light. I see Mashiach. He caught you into something. You part of you in his body, Israel. That's what the book said. He the head. That's what the book say. See Psalms 9:14. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. There's somewhere else in the book says he'll be your shield and buckler too. Go get that precept. Talking about he gonna be your shield. You don't gotta worry about no China. When you the next superpower that's gonna be on the earth, what you worried about what China and them is doing? You them dry bones that they came together and stood up as a great army. What you worried about the Ukraine? You worried about Iran and Israel, Pakistan, India, Taiwan, China, snakes and everybody else, because everybody got it in for the snakes. Trust that. These men that got together at Jekyll Island and all the other heinous wickedness that they've been doing, everybody got it in for them. That's for real. I didn't make that up. So fam, here's what we gonna do. We gonna shut down. I'm gonna let the brothers close out. We over that 3-hour period. Now I've been good. Normally I shut down in 2 hours. Last couple of times I shut down at 3. And the only reason why I shut down is really one of the main reasons, for the simple fact that I don't like the videos to be too long, because I know that some of the family have a short attention span. But you know, if I'm being pressed to go longer, then I'll go longer. But we at the 3-hour mark. I'm going to give the brothers the last words to say. And we're going to close out like how we normally do after I read this precept, Cindy Carter, Romans 8:31. What then shall we say in response to these things? If the Father, Yah, is for us, who can be against us? If the Father that created this construct says that he's for you, what army on this earth can stand against you? Y'all seen the exploits in the book of how we got down when the Father was with us and going before us. What's changed? I don't know if y'all really truly believe this. If you believe this, put a 1 up, please. If you believe this precept, Romans 8:31, put a 1 up. And if you believe it, start operating in it. Y'all better put some 1s up in here before we close. I'm going to put a 1 up because I believe it. I know this precept to be true. Romans 8:31, I know it to be true. Without a shadow of a doubt. With every fiber of my being, I know it to be true. Which is why I can say you the greatest nation on the globe. That includes my brothers in Brazil, in Mexico, all of South America, my brothers in Europe, my brothers still in Africa. We still the greatest nation on the globe. Point blank. Brother C, how can you say it? Because the book says so. If I'm the apple of the Father's eye and he chose me, then I have to be the greatest on the globe. Just by default, I'm not equal to no one. So we're going to close off, fam. I'm going to go in order. Brother Eliashah, what say you, bro? Okay, Brother Eliashah.
Say,
Oh,
man,
there
it
you
was
go. There you go, bro. Go ahead, bro. My
nah, it
bad.
was just saying that it was a blessing to commune with the brothers, and I believe that the Spirit of the Most High dictates what comes out our mouth, just like it says in Nehemiah. Nehemiah said nobody knew what the Most High put in his heart to do at Jerusalem. And I don't think that we speak of ourselves, but as the Spirit is moving us to in the time that we're in. So we just keep pushing forward according to the will of the Most High. So peace and blessings to the family.
Appreciate that, brother. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this specifically about and to this brother Eliashah. When you guys hear this brother speak, pay very close attention to what is being said. If you have to write it down, write it down. Pay very close attention to what the brother is saying. All right? Brother Yash, what say you, brother?
Thank you, Father, for the time of allowing us to gather together again once more with fam. I want to thank the Most High for allowing us to get out something on the table. I'm thanking the Most High because I see Him moving us. We're being moved into another direction, and He's preparing us. Even as the world is in turmoil and everything is going on around us, He has given us. I'm thanking Him for giving us this inner peace, even as we wait. And we don't wait as normal people wait. We're waiting for His command. You know what I mean? We're waiting for His voice. Because He says in His word, obey my voice, and I will be your Elohim. We are waiting on the voice of the Most High. And keep your ears open, because the command is going forth. And as He says, shall a nation be born in a day? We are about to experience that. The world and its inhabitants are about to experience certain destruction, but we are about to experience uh, our salvation. So even as brother C started in the prayer, I just want to end it with a thank you, to the Most High, and thank you for you brethren, uh, and the brethren who ain't even here tonight. And I want to thank you for this family. And y'all get ready, because from here on out, I mean, it may get worse for the world, but I decree that it's going to only get better for us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate the words from you, Elisha. You also, Brother Yash. Brother E, we gonna close out with you. What say you, brother?
I'm in Zechariah chapter 8, verse 13. It says, and it shall come to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen, O house of Judah and house of Israel, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong. For thus saith Yahuwah of hosts, as I thought to punish you when your fathers provoked me to wrath, said Yahuwah of hosts, and I repented not. So again have I thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. Fear ye not. These are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. And let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor. And love no false oath. For all these things that I hate, said Yahuwah. So just some more words of encouragement from the mouth of the prophets. This is Zechariah 8, verse 13 through 17. And so I want to say shalom and blessings to the brothers on the panel, Brother Cleo, Brother Lashai, Brother Yash. Shalom to my other brothers, Brother Bunya, Brother Kadar, Brother Hal Goodwin. Shalom to, who am I leaving out? That's everybody, right?
You get the whole house.
Okay. And all praises, honor, and glory to our Heavenly Father, to his Son, and to his Holy Spirit. Shalom.
Shalom, family. And this has been another Salt of the Earth production.
It's like lava.
You better get saved.
I guess everybody left.